birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, yeah. And I'm feeling good. You know how I feel. River running free. You know how I feel. Blossom on the tree. You know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me. And I'm feeling
No, they didn't used to have a number on it. You're absolutely right, and we are live, so everybody can hear your dulcet tones.
Oh, well, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good because, yeah.
And unfortunately, they can hear mine. Welcome, folks. It's Backfire Simsport TV. You've joined us, rightly or wrongly, accidentally or otherwise, for week 9. This is Tsukuba Circuit, the 2000 full, as Alan has just pointed out. I am Pete Bingham. Sir Alan Toon is with me in the booth, as ever. I didn't know whether we were going to get Sam, but good evening, Alan. Are you in
Pete,
the finest of commentary fettle?
I'm certainly I'm up for this. I'm very curious to know how this is going to work out tonight, Pete. I've got to tell you. We know this track. The pair of us know this place like the back of our hands, and you know it's a hot track. Or used to be when I first started in iRacing. This was on schedule for the MX5s and Skippers almost every week.
Yes, I remember it well.
So we all spent a lot of time here in our youth.
Yeah, I quite like this track.
Yes.
There's a few haters knocking about.
There are, but it's an interesting and short, narrow, tight, and I'm interested to see how these very skilled drivers actually handle this place.
Yeah, there's quite a few first gear corners around this track, which is unusual. You can see the obvious ones: turn 1, turn 1, 2, 3, 4, and turn 7 or 8. I think it is 8, because there's only 9 turns on the entire thing. So you've got to have a lot of punch in your car. You've got to set it up so that it launches out of corners very, very cleanly and very, very well. I did watch the full broadcast of Stephen Walker, the luckiest man ever to drive a car, in his official from last night. It was totally boring, I have to say. He did ridiculously fast times every single lap without fail. 58.2 every lap. How boring is that, Alan?
Oh, that's reasonably swift, isn't it?
It's a little bit swift, yeah. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic. It was incredible to watch, but there was nobody to see, to be honest, because he was so far out in front. It was quite a dry broadcast. Right, let's go and find some people to stare at, and we'll change what we're looking at here. Interestingly, if I did this, I wonder what happens. Let's go to this. Where's
We
that?
didn't used to see grids like this, you know, in the old days. It was a load of rookies. It would be a load
Yeah.
of rookies on here, and it would be chaos and mayhem around every corner.
Yeah, yes. I remember those days very well. I was usually one of the ones buried in a wall somewhere. But look at the first 3 times on the board. Miguel,
Oh, it's gone purple already.
57.9.
Crikey.
Pete Newman, 57.984. Stephen Walker, 57.984. So
Dear.
there's
I wish
nothing.
they'd tighten it up, these lads.
I know, yeah, it's just baggy, isn't it? You know what I mean? So we'll put it back to where it was.
Goodness me. That's a bit tight, Pete. That's 3 of
know.
them in, what, a 10th?
Yeah. Crazy.
Oh, crikey.
Absolutely crazy. Right, a few things to note. Deck Crowther, I've moved him. He's now in Pro-Am. And Paul Hurley, I don't know whether that's a name that you know, Alan. I don't know whether people have been winding me up about him or not. But I put him in Pro. Maybe I shouldn't have done. I don't know.
Well,
Maybe
we'll find
Pro-
out.
I
And
might
so will
put him in
Paul.
Pro-Am.
And we'll enjoy the adventure.
Yeah, I might put him in Pro-Am. I think that's more of a sensible thing to
Go
do.
for a sensible
Yeah.
middle ground.
Yeah,
and
let me just do
he'll
this.
find his own balance, won't he?
He will.
We find this all the time. You're normally very, very good at it, though, Pete. I have to say.
Yeah, that's...
Your instincts are very good.
Yeah, I've popped him in Pro-Am there, and I'll change it on the website and stuff. I don't know where he's going to filter out, to be honest.
This is not the best track for anybody to come for
No, it's
first
not.
go for you to try and suss out where they're going to be. Because
Definitely not. Yeah.
It's a tricky old track. It's hard to get by, and I'm interested to see how this goes with these big, powerful cars.
Yeah.
And they're going to be hard on the brakes. There's going to be people trying to get by on the inside. It's going to be 8 to 9 wide, I would think.
Well, I don't think you can fit 3 wide around this thing. I think this is a lick it and send it track, like I said before. I think there's only one way to get past people here, and that's to stuff it down the inside. We're at a Japanese
that paint.
circuit. Yeah, exactly. We're at a Japanese circuit, and the Chimera boys do a fantastic job with their paints. So they put on a Japanese paint job for every Japanese circuit they go to. This one being no exception. That's a lovely paint job, isn't it?
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's like the negative of their...
It reminds me of Wrigley's spearmint gum.
Yeah, too right. Right, let's have a look at where everybody's at in the championship. Pro standing, Stephen Walker still out in front, but Simon Trundle is hacking away at that lead. We're in the right-hand column now, folks. The right-hand column. Alex Savillano Lado is in with a sniff here. He's just over 200 points behind. So if Stephen Walker didn't turn up for a week or had 2 terrible weeks, then Alex could definitely get towards that top spot. I think Pete Newman's not far behind as well. He can definitely get a certificate out of this because he's only 100 points behind Alex Lado. And rounding out the top 5 is Sam Blees, Alan. It's pretty good, actually. It's quite tight at the top. I thought Stephen was going to walk away with this at one point.
Yeah, well, we know he's quite capable.
Well, yeah.
But there's been a lot of battling. He's been on the wrong side of a bit of ill fortune occasionally.
He has, yeah.
And the other guys have really, Simon and Alex have really found a lot of pace in the last few weeks. They've been performing really at a high level and getting a lot of points.
Yeah, and if Miguel hadn't switched cars in a non-switchy car week, he would have been in 4th place and scrapping for the podium of the championship. Pete
Pete and Sam are also. Pete Pete's been consistent all season. Sam hasn't, but he's really picked up again now.
He has,
He's
yeah.
closed in on Pete, hasn't he?
He's done this in previous seasons. He's had shockers for the first half and then managed to recover the entire situation in the second half. It's almost like he needs to be behind in order to chase the championship down. Right.
Jamie found some pace last week as well.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So, looking at Pro-Am, Casper is nearly 200 points clear of Carl Hardy now, having really, really good weeks. Week in, week out, very solid. Carl is doing as well, and Tony Walker, just not quite to the standard of Casper. He's metronomically reliable, isn't he?
He's been fantastic. His driving has been absolutely dashing. It has. He knows how to race, and he knows how to get the best out of his car, and he's got a great feel for everything. And it's been a proper handful for everybody. Never mind the pro-am, he's been a proper handful for the pros this season.
Yeah, yes. And then we've got Renee holding 4th place at the moment, and there's Jamie Wilson just 10 points behind Renee. So I think this championship is the tightest one of the 3 at the moment. I think there's
not a lot in it, is there?
Well,
Renee was great last week as well.
Yeah.
They're all, driving well.
Yeah.
Nice to see Chris Needham up there in 6th.
Well, there's less than 90 points separating 2, 3, 4 and 5. I don't think you get any more tight than that. And all it takes is one bad week from Casper and everybody's on him like white on rice. Let's have a look at the AM class. So, for the top spot, this is the tightest one. So David Ayres has only got 10 points in his pocket over Anthony.
That's tense, isn't it?
It's nothing. It's squeaky bum moment for both of them, to be honest. Daniel Lewis is sniffing in the background, just over 40 points behind. Second place, Anthony Hilton, and then Max Nevinciani on exactly the same points as Daniel Lewis in 3rd.
Wow.
And Max has had some fantastic weeks. Honestly, he's been solid all the way through this season. Great to see him racing with us. He's been reliable in terms of attendance as well. And Chris Dixon, who last season, or the season before this one obviously, was bossing the championship at the first half, he's not that far away either in this one.
No, he's doing well. He's had some good drives this season, Chris, and I know that he's really happy with the way he's driving, and he's raised his game, I think, a bit.
Yeah, I think so as well. Team standings wise, Team Chimera have now crested the whole thing. Result X Pure Sims have gone into 2nd place, and then Hydro Race, Geodesic Racing White are in 3rd. But look at the points. This championship is completely open. I think TRL Racing Forces are in with a shout here as well. I think it's a bit of an ask for Cutting Corny at the moment. They've had some terrible luck this particular season. But they're still in 5th. Can you believe that?
Yes,
Even with all the bad luck,
Good drivers.
Yeah,
They're
solid.
good drivers, and everybody has ill fortune occasionally, but they're still running in 5th. And like you say, this is intensely competitive. The team races are just, look, we can see how close it is.
Yeah. It's a very healthy, very competitive league. We have the driver of the meeting championship headed up by Casper at the minute. He's got 5 points. Joint 2nd place is Alex Lado, JB Dejoux, Anthony Hilton and Simon Tremble. And then a bag of people on 1 point. And then your Safe Driver Award, and look who's still at the top, Alan.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's going to move this boy. Max Nevinciani.
I don't think so.
No.
His numbers don't go up with race by race. You'd think it would go up, wouldn't they? But they don't seem too much.
No, they don't. And we've got 31 races in the race session already tonight, and he is in there, and he's doing a job of being a safe driver yet again, even in practice. So.
It's what amazes me about these chaps, and we always say it. They're right in the middle of the race here. It's not like they're sort of being shy and holding back or anything. They're absolutely in the thick of it every week, but they don't put their tyres over the white line. They don't understand it.
It's crazy, isn't it? I mean, I'd have all of his incident points in just the first race week. I mean, that's ridiculous. We've got a few people returning to us this week. Holidays and other commitments have kept them away for a while. This is one of them. This is Spencer McCarthy getting his eye in again. We know that he just arrives and drives nearly every time. Who else has...
Yes, well, he arrives and drives with the S word superbly.
Yes, he does, yeah. Crazy, isn't it? We had Fiona back last week, didn't we? So somebody else is clearly back with us, and I can't figure out who it is at the moment. Somebody is. Right, we've just gone to Quali, so I need to move to this time.
Exciting.
Screen. You won't see anything for a while, folks. I'm going to bring up the track map, though. Hopefully it'll work straight away. It does. As everybody comes streaming out of pit road, we're going to find a car to watch. Here we go. Ooh, right, here we go. Everybody's on the track now. We're going to jump on board with somebody because, I think, in fact, we're going to jump on board with Stephen Walker. He's out in the lead at the minute. We are early morning here, Alan, at Tsukuba.
Oh, is that why it's misty?
Yeah, so it will clear up as we go. Let's just have a look at
It's
the
nice,
weather.
I like it. It's very atmospheric.
I don't know what the weather's supposed to do. It was 0.01 of a
That's
percentage
looking good.
chance. Yeah, that looks clear to me.
Looking good, yeah.
Quite warm as well at 19 degrees. We're in April next year.
So,
Believe it or
like
not.
fog,
Yeah, bit of
yeah,
fog.
well, we can see that. But
Yeah.
it does add, I like the misty look. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It adds a lot of atmosphere to the condition of the track. You get that autumnal feel. And you think, oh, crikey, there would be a bit of mist around in the early morning on the track. This is so like it, so realistic, so
Yeah.
authentic.
Chris Dixon just getting out of the way of people there who are on their first running lap. I think that will have spoiled Stephen Walker's first attempt, so we're going to join him on the next lap. We'll stay with him for now. We'll have a look at some of the other guys who...
Wanna get in the cockpit.
Oh, okay then. You're the boss. Here we go. Right, so I'll start talking about the lap in a minute.
It's a long while since I've been round here.
Oh, okay. So this is the back straight. This leads
Yeah,
to the
but
last turn.
back straight. Well, it is. I mean, considering how short the circuit is, it's got a decent straight on it.
It
and
has, yeah.
a big loopy old bend at the end.
Yeah, this goes on forever, it feels like. It's a bit of turning left to turn right, get out of third gear around here, turn the car. You can take a lot of this extra curb here, and then over the start-finish straight, and then you're going to drop all your speed off and get into first gear, but keep your momentum because you want to get on the gas quick. Shift up before you've left the turn, really. You can be very, very greedy with this next little turn here, this one. And then drop your speed again, get into first gear. Again, keep the momentum because you want to be in second as you leave the corner. Then you're going to drive through this in third, lots of curb again. Round this left-hander, going up the gears. You don't get to fifth, you're going to hold it in fourth, and then you're going to scrub it all off, get back down to first. Same rules apply. Get into second before you leave the corner. On the gas, power it down this straight. You're going to hit fifth, but not for very long. And then you're going to do some trail braking, and the car's going to get twitchy. It wants to snap on you. You see it there. He straightened it up to try and calm it. And then on the apex there, out of the corner, into fourth. Take a load of curb, and then bang, there's your lap time. 58.1.
That's a pretty cool lap, I've got to say.
Yeah, hopefully I describe that one better than I normally do.
Wow,
You said
that was
before,
lovely.
we have done, between you and me, we've probably done about 5,000 or 6,000 laps around here, I reckon.
I won't be surprised.
Yeah.
And, yes. But I doubt I've done as good as Stephen's just done.
Oh no, I've never been near that.
58.1, goodness me.
I've probably done that time in a
beautiful.
GT3.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh dear.
This is one of those tracks that it makes you overdrive, I always think. You're
Yeah.
always trying to pull out just that little bit more and you think it's there, and quite often it isn't, and you're late on the brakes, and it gets you into trouble.
And your tyres heat up immediately, and yeah, you
This is
just
a wicked corner. It's so
draws
tricky.
you
It
in.
looks so straightforward, and what you were saying about the quick changes, absolutely essential.
Yes.
It really makes you sweat on the changes. You've got to be swift on the
Oh,
the
no.
shifters. Ooh,
That was Casper getting that one wrong.
yeah,
Sorry, sorry.
that was exciting for him.
Yeah. Code Brown, people, Code Brown. Yeah, I was watching Stephen Walker's stream for yesterday's official race, and he had a Code Brown coming round the first corner where there was. Oh no, it wasn't. It was like corner 6 or something, and there was a back marker basically on the racing line as he came round.
Look at this grid on this circuit, man. There's not a lot of room for these cars.
No, and what the hell is Anthony Hilton? I'm trying to find him. Anthony Hilton eating, because look at where he is.
Look at that. He's soon settled into his driving then.
Well, is this a track for the Audi? That's what this kind of makes me think. But then he is miles ahead of all the other Audis, so...
No, I don't know. I just
him?
he's just being inspired at the moment.
Yeah. So,
I suppose this outside run in, he's got the chance to use a bit of his power and his pace.
yeah, yeah.
He could go around the outside, but through the middle bit, it's... I guess there is a lot of, tight turns, squeeze the accelerator, tight turns, squeeze the accelerator kind of driving on this circuit.
Yeah, yeah. This is Paul Hurley. He's not got a paint. Well, he might have a paint, but at the minute he's in the council colours of BSTV. He's not uploaded one. Ignore the blue boards, which would indicate that he's pro. I've already moved him to Pro-Am, and we'll see how he fares as we go through today. And then I might move him wherever he
Where's
seems
his
to
lap
balance
times
out.
at?
His lap times are, he's 25th at the minute, but I don't know whether he's new to the car or not. I'm not sure.
No.
The people on the...
Well, it's under a minute. Come to be under a minute, so
Well,
it's
yeah.
not bad.
Yeah,
It's clearly got something on the boil.
Yeah. Again, Jason Haddington not putting times on the board in qualifying. Spencer's just gone a bit faster. Surprised by where Simon Trendle is at the minute, which is the back end of the pro category. And look at Renee. Good grief. He's in the pits at the minute, but look at his time. Christ. That's something else. Yeah. That's very impressive. Maybe all the Cutting Corny fans have, had a whip round and
How many
got
people
him some
are
racing
under a
coaches.
minute?
Hey?
Everybody. I mean, crikey, you have to get down to about 29th or something before you get to somebody who's outside a minute.
Yeah, honestly, that is the case. It's just crazy at the moment. In fact, I think Daryl's just gone... Oh, no, he hasn't. He's not quite gone under a 1 minute.
1 minute dead.
Yeah, pretty much.
Goodness me.
Fiona's under a minute by 0.04 of a second. As Stephen Walker's just gone purple again. He's heating tyres up, actually. He's on an outlap, that's why. Right, okay, that makes sense now. Just behind him...
He's got a blooming good lap dialed in, hasn't he? You can see the way he's getting lining these corners up.
Well, 57s are possible. It just depends on track condition, I think. So Miguel is only 0.114 of a second behind Stephen, and Pete Newman is 0.124 of a second behind Stephen. Then you got Renee, who's split it by the finest of hairs, and just behind him is Simon Trendle. Well, less than 1/10, half a 10th. So it's pretty spectacular scoring stuff at the
It's
moment.
tight, isn't it?
Yeah. Right.
Mighty cool.
Yeah.
We've got so many good drivers. It's brilliant.
The unicorns are doing well, and I think who's that behind Jamie? Is that Simon? Yes, it is. It's Simon. So Simon's getting the best toe in the arena at the minute. If only he can bridge it a little bit more, he'll be all right. He's not managed to move up, but he did improve on that lap, so it's working for him, being sat behind Jamie Jeffrey. Listerine. Oh, right. So Spencer's sorted himself out. He's got himself a good time on the board. In 4th place there, just done it. Personal best in this racing session from him. Also personal bests for Casper, Carl Hardy.
Come on, skipper.
Yeah, Max Nevinciani and Stefan, wherever Stefan is, there he is. Silas is on the chat. Oh, right, the cabin's woken up, Alan. So Andy Littler
Fantastic.
is on there. Says good evening. Good evening to you. Anybody in the cabin tonight? Are we gonna get a referral for driver of the meeting? Don't lie to me, because we know when you're lying, because you vote for result people. Martin
Have you
Shirley.
noticed it? Casper and Rene were in 56 about last week, weren't they?
Yes, they were, and look where they are now.
Yeah,
Whoa!
I'm getting deja vu
Yeah.
here.
Alex Semolano later going sideways through a corner
Yes.
there. Oh, was that it, Alex? Or-
Alex has been very quick
Yeah, it was.
just recently. So these last week or the week before, it's been very swift.
Yeah, he
I'm
sorted
just
his stuff
wondering-
out.
And fairly aggressive, not wanting to hang about.
Yeah, and in that race that I was.
It's going to like this. Oh, Stephen.
No, well, yeah. Oh, what? Oh, yeah. Oh, God, he's gone 57.9. I was just going to talk about his brother because Tony was on that stream in that race that Stephen streamed, and he held himself together very, very well, pacing behind Miguel Freitas. So I don't know whether we'll see that again this evening. We might, I suppose. Around Renee, though, times are very, very tight. Where is the bit where it shows you the gap? Gap. Right, so you can see there. No, that's the wrong gap. Hang on. No, that is the right one, isn't it?
Nice gap.
Yeah,
What's wrong with it?
yeah.
Lovely.
So that is from the leader, isn't it? Yeah, so 1 second covers the top 17 cars, Alan. So I think they need to try harder to get closer. Ridiculous.
Well, it's just a credit to them, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a credit to the skill of the guys. They're fantastic. They're top pilots, and this is what they do.
Yeah.
They eat circuits.
Yeah, they really
They make
do.
my eyeballs pop out every week.
So,
I'm thinking, crikey, I wonder what it's like to drive a car that quickly.
so in the first 4 positions, we've got a Honda Civic in the hands of Stephen Walker, an Elantra in the hands of Pete Newman, another Elantra with Miguel Freitas at the wheel, and another Honda for Spencer McCarthy before we find the first of tonight's Velocitas, which is Alex Sebulano Lado. So that's the top 5. So I don't know whether there's a car advantage or
Good
not.
spread, isn't it?
It's reasonable, yeah.
I would have thought this would have been a bit of a velocity track in many ways. It could take advantage of the early twisty bits and maybe get. But we'll have to see, won't we?
We will, yeah.
There's nothing in the times, is there? Absolutely nothing in the times. It looks to me like any of these cars could win.
Yeah. Stephen Walker, though, has just urinated around the Tsukuba circuit because it's his now. A 57.915 makes him almost 0.3 faster than the rest of the field.
I've got a feeling, though, that around this circuit, probably Stephen will be 0.3 faster than everybody, no matter what the car he was in.
Maybe, yeah. Oh my
And
God,
so,
Renee.
having said that, he has spoken about the fact that how good he feels with the Honda, doesn't he?
Yes.
He's had a real good feel for it, and he's mentioned it a number of times how planted and good it feels, which is probably alarming news for everybody else.
Yeah, I would think so. Time to panic, boys. Right. Darrell's in his new rig tonight, and I'm expecting a podium AM finish from him, says Andrew Littler. So Darrell, who's
Yes.
just on the screen there, he is currently in 28th. Where is he in terms of the class standings? Just one sec.
That's why he wasn't here last week. He was there
yeah.
building his rig.
Right, okay, that makes sense then. He's not quite in third place just yet, Andrew, so more motivational speech required. Let's go back to overall standings. Qualifying, there we go. Right, where are we up to? Stephen Walker going to a pit lane practice, so that reminds me. Tonight's format, folks, is a 20-minute race where they are on 30% of fuel. There is no requirement for a pit stop. That was fast into pit road. In the first of tonight's races, that is, no requirement for a pit stop. Everybody's got 15 incident points before they incur a penalty. Penalty is drive-through. Then there's a 5-minute interlude where you get to calm your nerves, take your blood pressure pills, because that's what I normally do. And then we will roar our way into a 40-minute feature race. Again, with 30% fuel, which means that a pit stop is probably mandatory. And given the fact that they're doing a lap a minute, I don't know what it's going to be like. It's going to be like lap 9, I think, or lap 8 before we see the earliest of pit stops. But it is a frantic pit lane entry. You can see it here, stepping over that little yellow line.
Not a lot of room, is
It's
there?
one
Look at
car
that.
wide. That's all it is. And then get down to pit lane speed. I mean, I need to remember to use that camera, kind of TV2, as people start pitting in. I think that's gonna be a big feature of tonight, Alan, the pit stop.
Ah, yeah.
Sometimes it is, sometimes it
I
isn't.
wouldn't be surprised, actually, Pete. You probably caught something there because it is a bit narrow getting in.
Yeah, it is. Right, we are going to grid at some point very shortly. There we go. Right,
Well,
okay. So
Stephen will be a happy chappy.
he will. I mean, Pete Newman did improve his time, which might make Stephen worry a little. Fiona's joined the grid, so I'm just going to extend the grid in, and I'm going to do names only, folks, because there's 31 of these gladiators tonight. Stephen Walker will lead us away. He is your pole man, and he definitely is the car to beat. Pete Newman will go off second. Miguel Freitas will go off third. Alex Sevillano laid off fourth. Renee off fifth for cutting corny there. That's a great qualifying result, that, for Renee. Spencer McCarthy returning to us in 6th. He will start. Casper will go off 7th. Casper Smirnoff. Simon Trendle will go off 8th. Jamie Jeffrey off 9th. Dietmar Hoos goes off 10th. Tony Walker off 11th. 12th will be Pete Van Gool. I've forgotten which button to press. There it is. 13th will be Martin Shirley. Jamie Wilson in that new paint scheme, or rather the Japanese Chimera paint scheme, off 14th. 15th will be Carl Hardy. Demis Ticcilar will go off 16th. 17th we'll see the first of our AM-class drivers tonight with Anthony Hilton at the wheel. JB Dejoux off 18th. 19th will be Luke Jones. 20th will be Chris Needham. 21st will be Deck Crowther. Stefan Goebel off 22nd. Jura Larkinen off 23rd. Max Nevinchani off 24th. Move it forward again. 25th will be David Ayres. Paul Hurley, newest addition to the league, off 26th. Dan Lewis will go off 27th. Darrell Wright off 28th. Fiona will go off 29th. Chris Dixon off 30th. And Kylie will go off 31st. He didn't put a qualifying lap in, but he is on the grid, which is great news for everybody.
Come on, Carly.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're rooting for you.
Right, we are ready to get going. And let me see if there's a better camera than that, folks. That's not any good at all. This is better. And if we focus on Pete Newman, we might get both sides of the track in or not. So, oh my word, Renee! I thought better. Everybody's at it now. Stop it! I'm gonna look at them. I'm gonna look at them from the back. I'm gonna put the camera behind you. Carry on doing that nonsense. Right, here we go. Lights are coming on. Won't see any flashing now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Are they going to hold them? They hold them. You know, that was quite a long hold. Everybody's away, and Jamie Jeffrey is straight through the middle, and Casper did not get away. And we've got a scrap already for second. And I think Miguel might get this. I think Miguel's going to get this because the next significant corner is in his favour. He's already ahead, actually, before the corner. Well done to Miguel. That was excellent overtaking. We've got something going on back here. Oh, it's a mob.
Driving by everybody so far.
Yeah. 3 wide going round that hairpin.
You need to be careful going through these early corners. Look at this. Crikey, it's
It's a bit mental, isn't it?
cozy, I was going to say.
You said that on the way into the broadcast. I was like, really? Cozy? Crashy, maybe. Right, so...
We're snuggling up to one another.
Yeah, everybody has been very, very disciplined. That is...
What a sight that is, Pete.
I know.
Doesn't that look magnificent?
I
Cars
know.
hurtling down there into the mist. That's just so beautiful.
So the first lap opener from Stephen is a 1:04. But he's not the fastest man on track. The fastest man on track is Dietmar Hoos.
God, Dietmar's flying. He did a great qualification, didn't he? These
did.
guys have really got some serious pace at the moment.
Yeah.
Look at his flip, chaps.
Yeah. This is good. And it is notoriously hard to overtake at this track.
Yes.
It is a send-it track, sadly. Jen Schiller, who is... I think I know who that is. That's Jennifer, I think. I don't know that, though. Shouting for CCT. Cutting corny, that is. And they're doing really well at the minute. So Renee has held position, 5th place.
Yeah. And that wasn't easy, because they really plunged off at the start, didn't they?
They did. Right, fastest lap is now Miguel.
Well, he wants to be pressuring Steve, and he's going to, but of course, you know, he's got a bit of a rivalry with Pete Newman. They love to race each other.
Yeah.
They do a great job of it, actually. They're
Yeah.
just fantastic drivers, and they race hard and go to a lot of. They have the occasional little nudge, but it's always in the cause of great racing. And yeah, he won't be able to drop Pete from his bumper, I fear.
I think
So anybody's going to try and get by. Ooh, ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So Andy Littler manages to curse Darrell. That was a pretty strong curse. There we go. He's back running though.
Yeah.
Oh, he did have to pit though. That's no good. Right, so Miguel has lit up every sector in purple, and he's after Stephen Walker like you wouldn't believe. And he's done it again, 58.0. I mean, he's got a great toe, right? He's got the fastest guy on the
He's
track.
got a reasonable toe. There's a bit of toe around this circuit.
Yeah.
That lovely back straight. It goes around a long time. But having said that, we know that Stephen has put the fastest time up, and he'll be doing a 57 any minute now.
Yeah. And Freddie Van Eekhoven on the chat. Weekly Racing Forces chant is what he says. So, hang on. We got. What was that? Luke Jones. What happened to Luke Jones? Where is Luke Jones? He's getting mobbed at the minute. I don't know why. He's recovering now. He's next to.
Give him a bit of room.
Chris Needham, ex-previous champion of this series.
It's tight round there, isn't it? Poor lad.
Yeah,
He was trying to take a breath, you know. There wasn't.
No time for that. No time for that. He can't breathe. I mean, good grief. What's next? You know, oranges at half time. So Anthony Hilton kind of holding his own in the position that he's in at the moment. It's busy back here as well. Good God. In fact, he's just ahead of that little battle that we were watching. Max Nevinchani moving forward on Jurel Larkin, and just a little bit behind, just here. He's got inside him there, and who's that behind? Is that Paul Hurley? It is. Paul Hurley, newest addition to the league. Ignore the banners, folks. We're yet to figure out where he sits.
He's coming to a nice, quiet, gentle, laid-back race here.
Really? What are you watching? Right, so...
He's going to find his feet nicely.
Yeah. Oh, Stephen Walker out in front and lighting up the timing screens. Does a 58.05, which is, you know, loads faster than Miguel, who did a 58.06, you know.
Yes. Well, look at the gap now.
I know, yeah.
I noticed there's a gap building between Pete and Alex.
Yeah, there is actually. It's 1.8 seconds at the moment. And Renee...
And that surprises me, because Alex has had no shortage of pace over the recent weeks, and I fancied his car to be quick around here.
Yeah, me too, actually. It's an unusual one. I mean, the obvious person that's not here at the moment is Sam Blease. He's not here tonight. And Spencer gets alongside. This is the way to overtake round here. Get alongside your victim and move them out at that last corner. That was very, very beautifully done. Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. Oh, what's happened here? We're late to the scene, folks. But that is a Racing Forces car. Well done, Freddie, for cursing that one. He's on his own. Or is he? Or is he? Oh! Who was that? Was
Oh,
that
by
David?
gum.
I think that was David, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. It was David Ayres. And he waited. David's
dear.
waited.
Yeah. Oh dear. Look, I
But
think it was a bit late on his break.
a little bit late. Yeah, like maybe 20, 30 minutes. But we'll... Jurors had to go to the
It's
pits.
very gentlemanly conduct. Is just what you'd expect.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, God.
oh.
Right, so Casper is on his own little mini recovery drive now. And he's dicing it up with Tony Walker.
Well, we're getting a lot of action at that corner, aren't we?
Yeah, we
You
are.
always do.
And that is Pete Van Gool just behind these two. Tony Walker's doing a great job of keeping it on the outside there. Oh, he's had to give it up now, though. And Pete Van Gool's having a good long stare at him, and Tony's gone down the inside. Oh, dear. Might have to take those pills a bit early tonight.
We just thrilled for Tony the way he's been driving recently.
It's
So,
been, yeah, it's been stunning.
yeah. He's in with very good company. If he can be racing around with these guys, that's position A, really.
It is.
You don't find better people to race with, really. These are just fantastic drivers.
Yeah,
He's
they
right
are.
in the thick of it with some of the top drivers. Good on him.
Yeah, so this is Deck Crowther in the Blade Designs paint scheme. That is a lovely paint scheme. That stands out. That's nice. I like that.
Oh, nice one, matey.
There's some good artwork
Now,
on the back of that.
apparently,
That's nice.
I have come across Deck before.
Oh, go on, go on. So
But
do
it was,
tell.
I can't remember what it
Oh.
was, but it was something. No, who was telling me? I think it was Fee was telling me that it'd been in a series that we were in, but I can't remember what it was. But it wasn't totally unknown to people in Resort, so clearly been around a bit, and his driving's proving that as well.
Yeah, I'm going to have a look at the back of that car. Because there's some nice artwork on the back of that.
Yes.
Is it this one? No, wrong one. Is it this one? Yeah, there we go. Ah, so there's like a...
Why somebody hasn't run into that yet in a
know.
distracted manner?
I know, yeah. Pretty sure I'd be distracted by that. Never mind. I think we're saying
It's a
that
great
we
way of
like your
making people
bottom.
not want to go past you. Though,
I know,
isn't
yeah.
it?
Keep him behind. Stare at that. Yeah. Right. So that's enough of staring at his car for now. I'm sure that'll come back to the screens at some point because he's in a pretty busy bit of traffic actually. There's 3 cars there.
Rene's still hanging on to 6th place. This is fantastic driving, mate. Because
Well-
they're scooting along at the front tonight.
Yeah, Spencer did make his way through, and Spencer's now caught up with Alex Lado, but Simon Trendle has found Renee now, so he's brought Jamie Jeffrey with him. You can just see it
Well, look at the
just
people
behind.
he's got behind him. But
I
the
know.
fact that they're behind him at all is just an absolute tribute to him.
It looks like Jamie Jeffrey just got a slowdown off one of the corners because he's losing huge amounts of time.
Oh,
So that spoiled that.
that'll be okay.
Right, let's go on board here. Not that car, I want the other one. This one. So we're on board with Spencer. Who's going to get down to 3rd gear. He's going to sail it round and triangulate this corner a little bit, chop the edge off it, and then get back on the gas, hopefully earlier than the car in front of him is his plan. It's going to be difficult because Alex is pretty quick.
It's a fantastic corner. I love this corner.
Oh, yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
You
First
just have
gear.
to ease into it beautifully.
You can overdrive it so easily, though.
Yes, well, yeah, I think this is, and this is another one that's exactly the same. It's so easy to be too late on the brakes. And you don't expect these chaps to do that, but I do all the time.
Yeah, Spencer's so
Try and
smooth
squeeze
with
out
his
an
steering.
extra.
Yeah. Bit of left here. He's dropping off the
You know,
back.
Alex is a really great driver and very good at defending. And with his pace he's had, he's going to be a real, even a dream demon overtaker like Spencer is going to have his hands full getting past Alex.
He is, yeah. I mean, he got to the scene of the crime pretty quick.
Yeah,
then, didn't he?
yeah, that was enough to give us a missed couple of beats of the old ticker.
Yeah. He's got a good line through here, though, Spencer. This is going to be a bit of a benefit to him, although that Veloster seemed to get through that corner quite tidily there.
Well, you'd expect it to, wouldn't you, the Veloster?
Yeah.
I think they've got an advantage at this front part of the circuit here.
Right.
Because it's so nimble. But that's not a very reassuring sight. I mean, Spencer McCarthy looming that
Sniffing.
large in your mirror.
No, not at all.
And he's not going to go away.
Back here, we've got, excuse me, Daniel Lewis,
Yeah,
who's
and
caught up
that's-
with Fiona.
And another fantastic liveried car.
Yeah, that is nice, the SRL livery. Oh, he's gone a bit
They're having
deep
a
into
look at
that
them
one.
too. They're having a lot of fun, aren't they?
Yeah,
Look at
they are,
that.
yeah.
This- I bet they're laughing their heads
Oh,
off.
where's JB?
Wow, that must be so much fun.
Why is JB saying he's out? And
Oh, what?
I think he's disconnected. Because he's got no crashes. He's got no crashes, he's just gone.
Oh, goodness.
So I think that's a disconnect. As in,
Oh.
we've lost his internet
Pulled his
connection.
plug.
Yeah, that's sad.
Oh, dear, dear, dear. Well, he might come back. He might come back for
Yeah.
the next race, hopefully. He's got a technical.
Apparently JPB Clio's is what you know Deck Crowther from.
Ah,
According
thank you.
to Mr. BF John.
Thank you very much. The Clios. Obviously, I've been to bed since then.
Yeah. Right, your leader for another 8 minutes will be Stephen Walker, because he's got a 2.77 second lead over Miguel Freitas. That is the size of the gap, you can see it there. Miguel's got no room to blink really, because 1 second behind him is Pete Newman. You were saying about this battle before, weren't you?
Well, they like to race each other. They've got, that's considerably more room between them than you normally see.
Yeah, true enough, yeah.
But Stephen is eking a gap now.
Yeah, he is.
To pull out 2.5 seconds over Miguel on any circuit is some kind of achievement when Miguel's got the toe.
Yes.
And Miguel had all of the toe, and Stephen's driven away from him, in effect.
Yeah, Stephen's
And
the
that
only
is
car that's gone under
stupendous.
58. Yeah,
That's stupendous.
it is. He's the only car under 58 seconds on a lap, so that's mighty. Then we got Alex Savalano later, who's we've seen is under massive pressure from Spencer McCarthy, who's not done anything with him just yet. Then 2 seconds behind that battle is Renee, who has Simon Trendle for company, but Simon's not done anything with him
Stayed
yet.
off. Well, you know, Simon is awesome, and you'd expect him to get by in reasonably short order once he gets into his toe like this. But I've got to say, Rene's just hanging on, isn't he? He'll be eyeballs out. He's absolutely doing his absolute best to keep this car on the road and in front.
Yeah,
And
very,
keep his pace as high as he possibly can. This is important for him, and it's a big deal that he's really performing so well right at the front end of things.
yeah, he's well into the pro category standards, as it were. He's way the highest M-class car. He's got 2 seconds over the next closest one, which is Casper, but Casper is moving forward. The other one that's impressive at the minute is Anthony Hilton. He started in 17th and he's stayed there.
Yeah. Anthony's pretty much impressive every week unless something really bad happens.
Yeah, and sometimes it hasn't it?
Yeah,
But
sometimes it does, but
yeah.
you know, in general, it's been incredibly consistent, and that's why he's our champion.
Yeah.
He's the champion because he's
Oh.
there defending his title and doing a very fine job of it, really.
yeah, JB
But
is
he's
back
had
with
to work
us.
harder than last season.
Yeah,
You see, back again.
yeah.
Listen, man.
He's a lap down now, sadly.
Yes,
But
but he's a racer and he's out there.
yeah.
Come back onto the track.
Well, it's good points as well, even if you finish, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's got to do a last to first challenge
He likes
next
to
race now.
Yeah, this is his race night, isn't he? He wants to be
Yeah.
here, he wants to be racing with us.
Yeah, you know, he turned up for it, so he might as well do it. I do not understand some drivers, sometimes they crash and then they just quit out, and you're like, really? You're in a league race, it's not like an official. But, you know, each to their own. It's usually Wobbly that does that, rage quits, runs out of talent.
It's a bit quiet without him just recently. I don't know what he's doing. I quite imagine what he's finding that's more interesting than this, to be honest.
Running around Holland
Oh,
generally.
is he still running up mountains?
He's been running for months. He
marathoning?
must be tired by now. Here we
You'd
go.
think so, wouldn't you?
Chris Dixon on an overtake here on Kylie. That is wow. That car looks less
It's
than
very
healthy.
obliging.
Yeah.
Curly, if it was a bit obliging.
Yeah, it was. He's coming back at him now, though. I don't know whether there was a slowdown in that, but
Oh,
he's done it.
side by side through there. Oh, that is good stuff.
Nicely done. Right, what else is going on?
Brilliant take back there, and they're having fun at the back end. They're having fun at the front end, and
Yeah.
they're having fun in the middle.
It's interesting, isn't it? Let's have a look at. Can we see?
We've got Jamie trying to get on terms with PVG.
Yeah. So you can.
Well, much better, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. So you can see that Darrell Wright and Jura Larkinen, and if I did this, of course, you'd see JB at the bottom. So that in the back half of the field, there's some people moved forward because other people have had disconnects and a couple of crashes. But at the front end of the field, Alan, there's not a lot of movement. It shows that the qualifying session did what it was supposed to do and put people in the positions that they were supposed to be in. The second of tonight's race is going to be very, very interesting then. And at the moment, the reverse pole man is Carl Hardy.
Yes, well, it's one of the things about these short tracks, Pete, where we get generally, they'll stack up in the race the way they have done in the qualifications.
Yeah.
But, it's short and
Ooh, Carl.
quite often there's very little movement at the front. But then when we get the turnaround, we get the recompense from that, because then it's so hard for the guys who have been reverse gridded into the mid-teens to make their way forward.
Yeah.
And then you get some intense battling, and I can't wait for that to happen. But at the moment, this is Stephen showing some of the best drivers I know of how to drive.
Well, he's 5 seconds in the lead now. This is
Astonishing, isn't it?
It is, yeah. This is Jamie Wilson, who has managed to catch up with Pete Van Gool, who was fighting further forward not that long ago.
Pete must have had an incident or a slowdown of some kind or something.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Do you think he's lost a bit of pace?
Or maybe I'm making it up, but I thought he was like way up further. Maybe not. As Jamie goes to the right hand side now, this might favour. Oh, maybe not. I was going to say maybe it'll favour Jamie because the next hairpin is a lefty. He's not going to manage it this time. If you take some more sweeping line through here, I don't suppose you can really.
You've really got to hold on to your pace going through there if you want to try and take it on the outside.
Yeah, too right. I don't know how you manage that. I don't know
how you manage it. I really don't.
He's dropped off a little bit, and I think he's got some pressure from behind now. Yes, he has, from Carl Hardy.
Oh, there's my captain.
Yeah.
And who's chasing?
It's Martin.
Martin.
Yeah.
Martin. Well, Martin's no slouch. Well, none of these are.
No, they're not.
Later.
Carl Hardy's got the bit between his teeth at the minute. This is very healthy. In fact, Stephen Walker is on the last lap. That's crept up on me.
Already?
Already.
Oh my word, that flew.
It did. He's halfway around the lap already. Why is the
Look,
track
Rene's
map
still
not
in
showing?
sixth. I'm absolutely thrilled for him. That's fantastic driving.
Stephen's so far ahead that the battle box doesn't do anything. There's nobody near enough. It says, no, there's no battle here. He's just absolutely annihilated everybody.
Miguel and Pete have been hard at it, and they've managed to have a second and a half between them after a whole race length battle.
So, well done to Stephen. It's terribly lucky that he managed to pole it, of course.
He's so fortunate to have destroyed the field like that.
Oh, there's still battles here though. So this is Dietmar under pressure from Tony Walker. They are still in their starting positions, believe it or not, and that's nice. That's nice. A little respectful flash of the lights from Tony there. Also, Jamie Wilson over the line behind PVG in a result
I think a
Ex-Pure
lot
Sim
of
sandwich.
people have had some good, exciting racing. We've seen a lot of it, haven't we?
Yeah, yeah,
People
definitely.
having some really good fun.
David Ayres. Oh, that's close. Oh,
Oh,
but Paul Hurley, everybody will be happy to know, beat David Ayres to the line there. So flashing your lights
and
doesn't do you
put
any good.
yourself nicely in the pro am bottom layer. So
Yeah, yeah.
you know, he's like justifying your hazarded guess here.
Yes. I had to
That's
gamble my way to
must
it.
be very satisfying for you, I would say.
Just an average sim racer says, "Go on, Blades, boys."
Well, they went on, I think,
Yeah, Deck
as
Crowther
well
is
as
the
they could.
blade, and he's calling Paul Hurley a
And
legend.
he's done well, you know. Derek had his first races with last week, didn't he? And of course, he's done really well.
He has, yeah.
We didn't know what to expect in a TCR, and he's clearly got these front-wheel drive cars down because he's driving very well.
Absolutely right. Let's reel off this. What is this? Round 16. Round 16. This is Tsukuba here for week 9 of the TCR Challenge Cup season 18. Stephen Walker literally ran away with it. Got the pole and flag to flag victory for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing White. Second place and one step down on the podium was Miguel Freitas for Impulse Racing, with Pete Newman in third for Result X Pure Sims. That rounds out your podium, folks. Alex Savillano Lado came home fourth for TRL Racing Forces, only just ahead of Spencer McCarthy in fifth for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing White. So the Hydro Race Racing White team have done a very good job tonight of cleaning up some points at the front end there. Renee Earhart is your first Pro-Am car over the line for Cutting Corny TCR team, so well done to him. He gets a class podium in 6th. Simon Trendle, 7th. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say I'm just thrilled for him because
Yeah,
he did so well to hang on to that place. That was just fantastic.
shouldered the pressure remarkably well, didn't he?
Well,
Especially when
Simon
it's
was
Simon.
after him, wasn't
Yeah.
he? You know, yeah, breathing flames. So, well done, Renee.
So, yeah, Simon Trendle, 7th for Team Chimera. 8th was Jamie Jeffrey for Coupes and Convertibles Racing.
After that amazing start where he leapt off
I
the line,
know.
didn't he? And got, oh, crikey.
He was
That's
straight
something I
past.
can see.
Well, Casper didn't have the greatest of launches, I don't think, but he still managed to recover it back to 9th place and 2nd in class for Apex 1. Dietmar rounded out the Pro-Am podium in 10th place for Cutting Corny TCR team.
Yeah, another great
They've featured
result
well,
for
haven't
them. It's
they?
two in the top 10.
Very nice. Then Tony Walker in 11th for Hydro Race Racing Forces, with Pete Van Gool, PVG in 12th for Result X Pure Sims. Jamie Wilson finished 13th for Team Chimera, with Carl Hardy in 14th for Result X Pure Sims. Martin Shirley 15th for RD Simsports, with Demis Tigchalar in 16th for TRL Racing Forces. And then the first of our AM class drivers tonight, Anthony Hilton, 17th for Mellow Motorsport. Nothing mellow about that, Alan.
No. Anthony's really got his foot in the again, hasn't he, tonight?
Yeah.
This is the kind of performance we kind of got used to, didn't we, over the last couple of seasons?
Yeah, absolutely. And Chris Needham finishing 18th there for Air Smart Racing, the first of the Air Smart Racing cars over the line. 19th was Stefan Goebel for VTS Esports. Pretty good result, seeing as he's switched from his beloved Audi into the Veloster. Deck Crowther in his second race week with us finishes 20th for Blade Designs, with Max Nevin Channy in 21st and 2nd in class for AM. Then we've got Luke Jones in 22nd for JW Motorsport. Paul Hurley, new to us, 23rd for JAS. And then David Ayres, 3rd in class, 24th on track for Safeguard by Result. Daniel Lewis, 25th for SRL. Fiona Siddons, 26th for Workguard. Jason Haddington, 27th for Air Smart Racing. 28th was Chris Dixon for Workguard by Result after having a crash. Jura Larkinen after having a spin and a crash. 29th for Hydro Race Racing Forces. Darrell Wright, 30th after we saw what happened to him after a crash for Safeguard by Result. And then JB, we think, with a disconnect, 31st and last in that one, sadly. 3 laps down for BSTV Esports, but he did rejoin, and he showed great racing spirit there, so only good things can come from JB in the second of tonight's races. Hopefully he can make his way through the field safely. Right, so let's go and have a look at what's going on in practice. There'll be some people trying to get into pit lane here, I would think. That first race kind of was what I expected, Alan. It's difficult to overtake, so everybody stayed pretty much in station, apart from the odd ones that had some incidents. Well, Spencer made his way through quite nicely, to be honest, but we expect that of Spencer. If he didn't, we'd wonder if he was unwell, wouldn't we?
Yes, but of course, you know, the sorting of the qualifications sorted the grid, and I mean, one of the side results of that is that everybody gets to race against somebody who's very close to them in time. So they set off from the grid amidst a pile of people on their own pace within fractions of a second.
Yeah, and look at this for a pit lane entry.
Which means you have a good fun in the race. Yeah, this is a handful, isn't it?
That's not nice. That's not nice. Why do they have to make it so narrow? Anyway, right, we're going to grid, I think. Are we going to grid? Yeah, we are. We're going to grid. Okay. So we'll wait for somebody.
Martin. Wow, that's very interesting. And Carl. Oh my word, Jamie. Look at this from. At least it's going to be a handful.
Well, it's a pro-am. It's a pro-am grid, isn't it? Right.
It's a pro-am lockout at the front. Top 5, 6, what's it, 7?
Yeah.
Top 7.
Top 7. We'll start with Martin Shirley, shall we? Who will take the pole on the reverse grid for RD Simsport. Carl Hardy will go off second next to him on the front row, and then second row is Jamie Wilson in that Japanese paint scheme for this Japanese Tsukuba circuit. Then we've got Pete Van Gool in fourth. Fifth will be Tony Walker. Dietmar will go off sixth. Casper will go off seventh. Jamie Jeffrey off eighth. Simon Trendle off ninth. Renee Earhart off 10th, with Spencer McCarthy off at 11th in the row behind him, with Alex Savellano next to him. Alex Savellano-Lado next to him. Move the screen forward, Pete. 13th will be Pete Newman for Result X Pure Sims, and Miguel Freitas next to him. In 14th, Stephen Walker, whose punishment for winning the first race is a 15th place start. In this one, I didn't even switch to that camera, you know. That is weird. 16th will be Demis Tigchalar. Pete has no control over cameras anymore. Anthony Hilton off. Well, maybe, yeah. I don't think I've got any of that. Anthony Hilton off 17th. That's going to be interesting for him. He's going to be chasing some of the fastest cars on track. Chris Needham off 18th.
Good toe, I would say.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Stefan will go off 19th, which is going to be brilliant. Deck Crowther off 20th. 21st will be Max Novinciani. Luke Jones off 22nd. Paul Hurley will go off 23rd. David Ayres off 24th. Move this forward.
Yeah, another bunch of really good drivers together. They're going to have great racing.
I think so, yeah.
It's very nice.
25th will be Daniel Lewis. 26th will be Fiona. Jason Kylie Haddington off 27th. Chris Dixon off 28th. Joe Larkin off 29th. Darryl Wright off 30th. And JB, we saw what happened to him in the first race, will bring up the rear of the field this time. Revs are coming up.
See if he stays at the rear.
Yeah, we are about to go racing. We're going to look at Carl and see all the pies moving in that car. And we are away, folks.
Wow, no time wasted.
None at all. Didn't hold them at all for that one.
Oh,
that's messy.
Oh, that was nice.
The yellow flag is out.
And we've got a full course caution.
Yeah.
Because that is ungood. Hopefully everybody will remember, do not reset the car, although Dietmar has done. Maybe the yellow didn't come out quick enough, I don't know. But we did predict that this might happen, didn't we, Alan? You said it. It gets cosy, you said.
Yeah.
You were never all right.
It only takes one small thing. They're so tightly packed together, one small thing just, the whole thing just explodes outwards, doesn't it? It's like an explosion. It spreads out like the ripples in a pond.
Yeah.
All that force, all that power.
Let me see if I can...
What was the damage?
Yeah, let's see what I can see. Well, Dietmar might have been the epicenter of this. Or hang on, no. He was overtaking PVG, and then it all went wrong from there. Slammed him into the wall.
That was the thing that we saw. That was Dietmar, was it?
Yeah, and then...
Nice.
At this point, Dietmar can't do anything. His engine's blown, his axles are broken. He was just blocking the track, so that's why race control called a yellow. Right, let's go and have a look at it from another perspective. Whose perspective are we going to look at it from? I've no idea at the minute. Let's have a look at that again once more from the same perspective, and then I'll find somebody else's view. I think we need to look at it from...
Oh,
Yeah, I'm going to go with Alex Lado at the moment. Maybe Chris Needham. Right, let's go and have another look at that. I'm going to pick Chris Needham out of the crowd. We're going to go on board. So this is it from his perspective. You can see crashing ahead. And there's a car right there. And oh, what do? Oh, yeah, that was a tight squeeze, wasn't it?
try Jamie.
Try Jamie, okay.
Jamie Jeffries.
Yeah, Jamie Jeffrey. Let me have a look. Where is he? And go on board quickly. All right, yeah, he dove down the inside, thought he was clear, and then, ooh, gets turned. Yeah, okay, there's a car that wasn't Dietmar that came across him. Hopefully his car's not damaged too much. And hopefully...
It isn't. He's got away with it because it was quite a cloud.
Oh, yeah, he's got...
Tell you what, I
he's
don't
got
know
to
if
turn
it's
left.
the same damage on these cars, but the damage model on the MX-5 at the moment is very sensitive. You get an awful lot of
Oh, look at the
pit
state
time
of
for
Jamie's
a
car.
small-
I mean, the one I feel most unfortunate for, almost sad for rather, is Dietmar, because yeah, he didn't really have much to do with that, to be honest. I mean, there was contact, don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's ended badly for him, and he's the only one that's going to end up down, I think. Everybody else is going to use a fast repair and get back on track, and he will, but he towed.
Yeah.
I don't think he had any choice. I don't think he had any power in that
He
car
couldn't,
at
no,
all.
he couldn't move, could he?
No.
He wasn't driving it back, that's for sure.
No, definitely not. And here we are, pacing. Martin is the lead car. Jamie is in second. In fact, there's been...
That looks like status quo, doesn't
It
it?
does. Is there any lights on that car, on that pace car or not? Yeah, so we're going to do at least one more lap. I know this is boring, folks, but it was required. This is a tight track. They are going to bunch up. There are going to be crashes at times, and unfortunately tonight we got one. And there wasn't even rain involved, Alan.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. Not
Probably
yet.
piss it down any minute.
Yeah,
I'll say.
yeah. Monsoon, here we come.
It's all the odds.
It is Japan, isn't it? You know. So we're gonna do it
Monsoon.
at least one more lap. Poor old Dietmar. Feel bad for him. Is he back on track? He is. He's back on track.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's the best they can do.
He's a lap down, though.
Drive up, can't he, and get patch up.
Yeah.
The groove.
We do have. Look.
So this should see the lights going out then.
Oh,
Pete,
maybe.
coming out
Yeah.
the track.
So they should go out as soon as Martin crosses the line here with the pace car. In theory. Let's have a look. No. Oh, yep, there we go. Right, they're out. So we're going racing next lap. I don't know whether Dietmar's going to get round in order to unlap himself. It's only a 1 minute lap. That's the problem. Even if he unlaps himself, he's got to unlap himself 3 times. So that's not going to work. There's not a lot I can do about that, though, folks. It was one decision or another there.
That's just racing instant, and I don't think there's anything you can say about it really. It was very close conditions, and it's only takes a slight misjudgment, a slight wobble of the car, and
I wonder what this does to pit lane strategy. You know, fueling strategy. I wonder if it does anything.
No.
Because
Well, you might get an extra lap out of it, but it's only been 2 or 3 laps of these very short laps, so I don't think it's worth an awful lot to them.
But because it happened so
I
quickly.
suppose, but we do have them, of course, squeezing it in and squeezing the last drops. It might.
Can you no stop it now?
It might stop somebody. It might mean somebody runs out.
Well, there could be that too. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, could you no stop it? I wonder. So Martin's going to back everybody up here, in theory. He's going to do a bit of fake tyre warming.
Well, you can certainly give it a try to no stop it, Pete, couldn't you?
Yeah, I think so.
There's no reason for you to come in early.
No. Now you got to be careful at this
It's
track.
not like people are going to be making a lot of places through.
No, absolutely. You do have to be careful at this track because you can overtake the pace car before the start-finish line if you go
There we
too
go.
soon,
He's gone.
and you get a penalty. And
So
hopefully everybody realises that. Martin Shirley is in control of this
Martin's
race.
doing,
He's gone.
he's holding
He's
the
gone.
ball. He's gone.
I think he'll be all right. Yes, he's fine.
Yeah, he handled that
That's
really well.
really nice, actually. Really good. Well done.
People don't realise that's very nerve-wracking to be there
Oh,
when the pace
don't
car
go
goes
crashing.
off. No, I've always been careful. We've got warm tyres now.
Yeah,
so
true.
There is an element of control over the vehicle.
Yeah. So I need to get back down the event tracker. Miguel decides he wants 2 positions in one straight. Didn't get them. That was a good attempt, though, I have to say. Right.
Probably get some interesting encouragement.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Oh. Oh, look at this. Ridiculous. That is Simon Trendle in the midst of that with
Well, Simon
Spencer.
will be looking at this with a bit of relish. I think he will be fancying his chances here.
yeah, me too. Oh,
He's
that's
only got
close.
Spencer in
Oh
front
my
of him.
God, they both backed out of
Him
that.
and Spencer having it out.
Yeah.
And we've got Casper not being helpful at all. But
Not being helpful at all. That's class. Yeah, he's not the cork in the bowl because we know how fast Casper is, but I understand explicitly what you're referring to as Deck Crowther gets himself ahead of Alex Lado just
wow!
just for a second, and it was just for a second.
Yes, but it's
Oh.
very brave and a decent bit of driving to hold it tight around there, side by side.
Something-
That was lovely.
Something's happened to Stefan.
Oh,
That's Luke, isn't it?
Oh, not on the curb.
I don't know
please.
what's going to happen.
Oh, oh, no.
Yeah, that didn't work out well at all, and it's a
Didn't
bad
get any
place for
damage,
it.
but that was just, yeah. That was just the slightest contact as well, wasn't it?
It
just
was.
caught his rear quarter.
You have to say that was,
Fetched him right round.
yeah, that was Luke's issue, I think.
He
Why-
probably wasn't expecting that. It was just, slightest contact.
Ooh,
There we go.
Fiona Siddons finds herself in 20th here,
Come on, Fee.
with a whole load of recovering drivers making their way through. Oh, that was a bit of a robust attempt from Jura, I think. Don't know what's going to go on here. They sort themselves out. Stephen Walker making his way through on Renee. Or is he? Yes.
Well, he's going to be doing his best, and if anybody can do it, it's Stephen tonight because he's got all the pace in the world.
Yeah, and look at Anthony Hilton. He's up 6 places from the start. There's quite a few people up 6 places after the crashes at the very beginning.
Yes.
Renee is holding station. He is exactly where he started, so he's doing good so far.
Well, we know he's quick tonight, man. If he didn't have pace, he would have lost those. I mean, his 6th place in the first race was a superb race.
Yeah.
He was surrounded by just the fastest
hang on.
guys, and he held his. They were in close. Ooh, what's happening? That's Pete.
That's Pete Newman's pit road.
What's happening?
I don't know. He's not been in an incident that I can see. So
Oh,
that,
he's pulling it out.
yeah, that's fuel. That might be all he needs for the whole race. Right, okay, because we are on lap 8. I did say lap 8 might be the magic
You
lap.
did. You did. And, that's pretty tactical thinking. Pete's likely to be doing that.
Well, he's in clean air.
He's in clear air.
He might.
And lots of it by the looks of
Yeah,
this.
he's got masses of it. So nobody else is peeling away to pit road at the moment. Spencer McCarthy looks racy as. He's up 7
Yes.
places.
Well, he had plenty of practice in the first race, didn't he?
Yeah, well-
Dropping his
Yeah.
reflexes up.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Jamie Wilson for the lead nearly. Oh, that was close.
Oh,
He's liking the attempt at that outside line into turn 1. It's not managed to make it work yet, but he's given it a good old try. He's going to have to try a bit quicker because there's a queue forming. I think they're having to
yeah.
take tickets
Oh.
like at the deli count. Oh, Fiona,
yeah.
where are you?
Oh, Pete. Yeah. Cole's got a problem because he's got a Spencer McCarthy on his bumper now.
Yeah, he has. So Jura and Pete Van Gool going at it. Pete Van Gool giving best at the minute. I don't know why. It's inexplicable, really. So there's a few cars have already been to pit road. I'll put my teeth back in and try that again, shall I? So Alex Lado has been to pit road on lap 2 as a result of whatever happened in the first lap.
We will have to surely have to refuel again.
I would have thought so, unless he's going to try and fuel save it, but I don't know how you do that. Pete Van Gool also been to pit road. Pete Newman has been to pit road, but we saw that he did that tactically rather than for damage. And Dietmar also been to pit road. Jamie Jeffrey is in the pits and has been there for a very, very long time. I'm not sure what this is all about. He's been in there nearly 4 minutes.
Oh, no.
I'm trying to see.
Good. What's going on, Jamie?
I don't know. Oh, he entered pit road there. He entered the pits there. That's what happened. Oh, he really did just drive into the pits. I don't get this. Oh, this is his second visit. So I think there might be additional damage that car is seeing. Pete Newman is setting purple sector times. Oh, this is busy now. Look at this. Christ. That send it line down there, but caught out whoever it was before and crashed with Fiona. Working out for Stephen Walker. Or not quite, actually. He's been pushed back behind Simon Trendle again. He was on the wrong side of Simon Trendle for the whole of that series of corners, Alan.
Jeez.
It's a bit mental, this.
They're all sniffing each other's bumpers like nobody's business.
And
The bumper sniffers, look at them.
yeah, Casper at the front's like, nope, nobody's getting past me.
Wow.
I think Casper is now the Great Wall of Honda. Do you remember that from a few seasons back with
Yes,
Team Chimera?
indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, they were very good at it, weren't they?
Oh, look at Simon Trendle sailing it round the outside there. Is he going to make that work or not? No.
Oh.
Yes? No?
Yes, no.
I don't even know anymore. But that's Stephen Walker thinking, well, I've got to get through as well, boys.
Oh, goodness me.
This is good. This is very competitive
This
racing.
is awesome stuff. Absolutely awesome. You don't see better than this.
No. Oh, jeez. Right,
Oh,
okay.
he did well to grab hold of that.
He did. And
Oh, that's got up. No, that's not done his bodywork any good.
no, it hasn't. I don't know whether they've both got damage or just one. It's hard to tell sometimes.
It only cost him a tenth. Won't matter in these conditions, will it?
No, I don't think Casper's car is affected at all. Stevens looks like it's got a bit of damage. Oh no!
Oh.
So that. Oh dear.
Getting brakes on.
Yeah. Deck Crowther, you legend. You managed to get round that without getting anything.
Except, well, did he see what was coming?
Well, maybe not. So Deck. Sorry. No.
Oh,
Try
careful,
again.
careful. Don't want him putting any more bends in it.
No, I know. He's not that far from pit road, though, so he just needs to carefully reverse. Careful. And get back to pit road. Meanwhile...
Oh, this is very unfortunate.
Well, we did say that Tsukuba was a crash fest at the start of the broadcast, didn't we?
Like,
It is, though, isn't it?
there's
Let's
always the
face it.
potential for it,
Yeah.
especially with these cars, I was thinking.
Yes. With any cars, Alan, this is a tight track.
Yes, but these front-wheel drive cars, the way they handle the corners, they dive in so avidly.
Yeah.
You're always certain to get a bit of because it's so when it's so tight. There's so many cars on the track. There's an awful lot of very close together cars, and we've seen the result of that. No, it doesn't matter how good a driver you are.
No.
Sometimes the car's just going to get away. It only needs to just get slightly away in these conditions and a big pile up.
So Renee,
Heartbreak.
yeah, Renee has gone to the pits. Oh, this is tight.
Are you seeing what Spencer's doing?
Yes. How can you? Oh no!
Oh, more of the same. Oh goodness.
We're seeing a lot of this, aren't we?
Yes, but I suspect But when you're in these close quarters and if somebody doesn't give way, it's almost inevitable.
Yeah, and Spencer's gone too deep into that particular hairpin as well.
He's made the pass though.
He has made the pass. Where's Jamie ended up? Jamie's still stationary at the minute. And staying stationary.
Ah,
I don't know what's going on there exactly.
he's moving.
Is he? Oh, yeah.
Perhaps he's semi-conscious over the wheel.
Maybe. Shouldn't laugh at that.
Come back, lad.
Yeah. Sniff this. So he's trying to get it done without resetting the car, which is the right thing to do, absolutely.
Looks like he must have some damage there.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean,
Clearly not going to be racing that car the way he's treating it.
He's got to pit the car.
He's got to get some repairs and he's a mechanical man.
He is. Oh, that's why I'm missing stuff. I've not got the event tracker set.
Where's Kylie? Oh, look at Kylie. Come on, Kylie. 18th.
Yeah, what's that about? Don't adjust your sets. He's currently 4th in class. And halfway up the leaderboard.
Yay.
Right, let's have a look at class standings. I'll put you up a track map and battle
You know,
box.
Kylie's going to he's doing a sponsored parachute leap, you know.
Is he?
Yeah.
Rather him than me.
He's trying to raise money for something.
Right.
But yeah, if anyone's got a
Oh
few
no,
quid,
I've seen this. It's for his local church steeple, isn't it?
Is that what it is?
I think so.
I didn't read it. I just saw that it was leaping out of a plane. I've known a lot of people have done that. They're all nuts, but it's very, very brave.
It is, yeah.
And you wouldn't get me doing it for a pension.
No, definitely not. Nor me. Unless I was at war, why would you bother? Right, so Martin Shirley.
My daughter-in-law did it.
Really?
She raised some money for some kids, yes.
Right.
I thought she was incredibly brave.
Yeah,
I was
that is.
so massively impressed by that.
So, is it a coincidence that the 4 first cars are all Hondas?
No.
No. Spencer's got a bit of a hip check there and had to go to the grass nearly.
You know, this is their kind of circuit, you think. It's, you know, they lack a bit at the top end, don't they, still? So
They do.
this is the circuit where there's lots of low speed shenanigans going on.
Yes, and we've seen quite a lot of it already. Right, let's
I
go
think
back
there's a bit
to...
of look of the draw about who's at the front of this race at the moment.
bit, yeah. Martin's doing some very robust defensive driving.
He is doing a fantastic job.
He has only moved...
He deserves his first place. He's had 17 laps as the leader of this race.
Yes,
It's
he has.
taken one of the best drivers that I race in to put it under threat. And he's
Yeah.
still doing his absolute brilliant job of defending, and he's
Well-
trying to keep it fair as well. Look, you know, he's not
Yeah, he's only making...
doing silly blocking moves or anything like that. He's keeping it very gentlemanly.
Yeah, he's only making one move off the racing line and returning to it. That's the rule. Ooh, that was a bit intimate. Now we can Spencer outbrake him. No, he can't. So this is going to go on for a while.
Just showed you because
Well, he's on the right side though,
You
so
would-
Spencer's done this well.
you would.
He knows.
Yeah, you would fancy Spencer to outbrake most people, though.
I don't know that
he's
he
not
needs to
outbraking
outbrake Rat.
anymore.
Oh, he's outbroke
He's not
himself.
Yeah.
Or nearly did anyway. So that's sorted out. I
Can't
think.
imagine me outbreaking Spencer for.
Well, no, me neither. I mean, the threat really is Miguel because he's stalking the group, and Simon and Stephen. Oh, right. There's a big queue of
Yes.
the super fast stalking this
Yeah,
group.
well, you know, I would be more worried about Stephen Walker if I was.
Well,
his
yeah,
guy.
me too.
He's
Yeah.
likely to devour them all. I think. Has he got time?
Has he
He's
got
still got
time?
20 minutes to devour them.
Yeah, and can he just put a thimble full of fuel in it at the pit stop? Do you know? Can he fuel save enough to overcome the whole queue ahead of him? We've seen him do similar before, so why would he not do it this time?
Yes, and he's got the scary pace tonight.
Yes. So Pete Newman, is he still the first car one stopped? Like properly one stopped? Yes, he is. And he's miles ahead of everybody, and he's got free air. So maybe.
His timing was immaculate, wasn't it?
I think so. I think his timing's been excellent. and he's doing good lap times. He's doing 58.4s, which is faster than all of the cars at the front, I think. Yeah.
You know, we'll see how it comes out in the wash, but it's not
Yeah.
doing itself any harm at all
No.
at the moment.
No, very much not. Yeah, this is good. This is
I
good.
imagine the others will be aware of this, though, of course. But you know, well, Spencer's got away past Martin. He's making a break from the group here.
He's not just making a break. He's absolutely stolen the crown jewels and made off down the road with them because he's
Well,
got
look at
1.5
his
seconds nearly.
Yeah, already.
Yeah.
That's taking no time. But it just shows you how well Martin was doing at defensive driving.
Yeah.
Because he held him up for a long time, and he's still holding a whole train of really great drivers off behind him.
Well, he's got T
Doing
right
a
behind
fantastic
him.
job.
Yeah. T's a nice, clean driver, always. And Carl Hardy, lots of pies in that car. Miguel Freitas, I thought, would be on this group a little bit quicker than he has been. Maybe
Yes, well,
he's...
Miguel, Simon, and Stephen. It's kind of the wrong way round with these three, isn't
Yeah.
it? They should be the three in front. So
and I don't
it's
know-
very interesting because normally you see them in front and driving away, but at the moment they can't get in front and drive away.
No.
So they're having to suck it up because these chaps are hanging on to their Martin and Tony and Carl are doing a great drive, giving nothing away. If they make a mistake, they get past. If they take a bad corner, they get past. If they do any kind of an error, if they go slow down, they get past. But they're still in front at the moment.
Yeah, I like what Deck Crowther's doing as well. He's doing a very solid race. He's got the new boy, Paul Hurley, behind him here.
Yeah, well, Paul's doing a good job as well, isn't he?
Yeah, that's nice. Up 10 places from the start, same as
Yeah,
Chris
well, the
Needham.
pair of them, you know, in the Pro-Ams, perfectly located
Yeah.
and really driving very well. And I hope they're having a good time.
Yeah, these two have had 2 races together, which is Chris Needham and Anthony Hilton, and they're doing a really, really solid job. I am surprised that we've not seen more people to pit road, Alan. I really am. I don't know what they know that I don't. So I'm going to put their... where's
Yeah, it's interesting,
Pit
isn't
lap,
it?
pit lap.
Because normally you get that whole barrage of early stoppers.
Yeah,
And then then you get the few at the end that did die hard who like to go to the last gasps.
well, I wonder whether...
We haven't seen the mad rush, have we?
No, no. We did have the yellow at the start. I wonder if that changes things significantly
Yes,
for people.
well, I think that's probably upset quite a number of strategies.
Yeah.
And people have to think on the fly, aren't they? That took quite a few laps out, probably enough to make a difference strategically.
Yes, I would think so.
A few laps like that's going to make a difference to your fuel economy and everything. And yeah, people will be thinking, but nobody would want. Spencer's just stamped his authority on this at the moment. And-
Yeah, he has, and he's pulling away slowly. There's no movement from... is that Darrell? Yeah. Darrell getting out of the way of most of them, coming through on him. Doing a really good job of keeping out of the way, but maybe not.
He's doing his best
He
to stay on
is,
his
he
line.
is, yeah, he is. Excellent work, actually. Got cut out a little bit for Miguel, but I'm sure Miguel will forgive that.
Well, you've got to be somewhere. And
You
there isn't
have.
much room there.
No, you're absolutely right. Right, we've got a bunch of cars in pit road.
There's that coming out now.
Yeah, David Ayres and Paul Hurley in the pits. They weren't stopped
Yeah.
very long, I'd have to say.
Now there's Paul. Did Deck and Paul come in together?
Yes. Well, I say together. Hang on. Paul Hurley entered the pits. Where were they? How far separate were they? Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. And now they're not anywhere near one another. Deck has done a brilliant job of overhauling him there. You can't see him, but he's in there somewhere. Where's Live gone? Live.
Yeah, I'm surprised that the gap happened like that.
Yeah. Bit of an odd one. It's like somebody has not reacted to the fact that they don't need to take on that much fuel. But Deck Crowther's come out in 18th, and he's got people around him yet to pit. So I think that's working out well for him so far. Well, something has happened here, and I'm not sure what.
Paul's got dropped down.
He
Miguel's
has.
come
Sorry,
up
yeah.
and-
It took me a while to process that. Let me see if I can figure out why. Oh, here we go. So, I think Carl Hardy had a shot at T, and I don't think it worked. Oh, it's into turn 1 again, Alan.
Let's see what happens. It's always an interesting corner.
Oh, okay. So,
Oh.
yeah, T was trying to go a bit left. Probably didn't know that Carl was traveling. Oh, no, but this isn't the end of it, though. Wait a minute. Oh, no.
There's
Oh.
more. Oh.
He kind of caught it and then got going again. Right, so there's a bit of give and take there, I think.
Not so much a bit of take and give.
Right, so Alex Savillano-Ledo has found Casper.
Well, that's. Where's Anthony?
Anthony Hilton's just ahead of this group, yeah.
Just in front of them.
Still fighting with Chris Needham. This has been going on for 2 races now. Might need to get a room.
And Stephen's just in front of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stephen's not
They're
doing
not
the...
getting gapped massively, are they? They're doing a really
No.
good job. Considering they're having a good old scrap, they're not getting gapped massively.
No, I mean, I wonder... Let's just go on board with Stephen a minute. Oh, that is fuel saving of the highest order, Alan. He was off the gas a mile before the corner. Let's see if he does it again here. Yep. So, I think we're going to have a fuel save race, Alan. I think there's a few in this.
Yes, well,
That's a lot of fuel saving.
God, you
That's a
did
lot of
suspect
fuel
it
saving.
with the stopping and the
Yeah.
starting and the stuff, didn't you?
Yeah. So
You said it, and I thought when you said it, I thought, oh, that could be very perspicacious.
yeah. That's a lot of fuel saving. Oh my god. That is huge.
Well,
Right,
he probably
so...
hasn't got any petrol in the car.
No,
so he's
let's have a-
interested in saving what he's got.
Yeah, Simon Trundle, is he doing the same? Yes, he is. Oh my god, this is going to be brilliant at the end.
They're all knowing. They all know that they're all saving fuel.
Yeah,
You know, they can tell that they're doing it. So they're all in a mad fuel quest.
yeah, but half the field is and half the field is not. That's the brilliance of this.
Yes, I mean, who knows what the result of all this fuel questing
Well,
will
if
be.
anybody does, it's not going to be me. I have no clue whatsoever what's going on a good day.
I've got to say, I think anybody's chances of catching Spencer are declining at a rapid rate.
Well, I can pretty much guarantee he is not fuel saving because he's doing. Is he not? Hang on. Wait a minute. Let's go and find him. Let's jump on board because I didn't like the look of his last. Right, let's see what he does when he goes into turn 1 here. His last lap wasn't as fast as I expected it to be, so that doesn't look like fuel saving to me. Let's see into turn 4 here. Not really.
Fuel saving, he must be because he's worried about not making the end of the race because he's got no need to fuel save.
No, I mean
He's also got no particular need to rush.
no, he doesn't, and he needs to get what? Fuel. He needs to get 30 seconds ahead of the next car behind him. That's not going to happen. So I don't think. I think he's racing this one, but I don't understand the strategy personally.
Well, where's Pete?
Pete
Steve.
Van Gool.
No,
Or Pete Newman.
Newman.
He is in 15th at the minute. Excuse me. Everybody in front of him and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cars behind him have not yet pitted. I don't know whether they even need to. He is turning laps. Is he faster than the cars in front of him? Oh, he is. Yeah, he is faster. But he's got 20 seconds of time to take the lead, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
he needs to haul 20
they're
seconds.
depending on not having to stop for the pits, of course.
Yes, and there's 10 minutes to go. Who is that on the inside?
So this is
that was,
well,
Daniel.
Pete will be aware of what's happening, and so will everybody else.
Yeah.
So, oh dear, this has become a cliffhanger all of a sudden.
It really has. So if anybody on the chat knows what's going on, can you tell us so that we can sound good on the broadcast and act prophetic? because we are at the moment, or I am at least, acting pathetic.
Well, I don't think so.
No.
It's going to get hard to get past Spencer. If he's got to come in the pits, though, 20 seconds. I don't like you say. I don't think Spencer's been fuel saving. He
I
was
don't.
doing an awful lot of attempted overtaking earlier on, wasn't he?
He was.
He was clogging that car there. So. But if the others can fuel save, that could make a mess of his race as well.
Oh, without a doubt, as Demis Tuchel, we're seeing them come to the pit road now in fits and starts. I don't know how many more are going to be visited.
Going by now.
Yeah.
PBG.
There he is, round the outside there of. Right, okay. I'm just trying to figure something out at the minute. So Demis is out. Ooh, Demis is out and sideways.
Careful.
He joined a lot of traffic there, so he's about to get mobbed as well. Because he's got. Who is that behind him?
Come on, Demis.
Oh no, that's lapped cars behind him actually. That's Renee, I think, and Dietmar. Cutting Corny have not done well in this race. They are both laps down. They're only one lap down from the leaders, but they are a lap down, so not worked out well for Cutting Corny, I'm afraid. Here at Tsukuba.
No, well, I think they've been a victim of circumstances partly with we've had safety cars, little nudges and crashes, people losing time, all kinds of incidents, haven't they? Because generally their pace isn't, but it is a very short lap. So if you're going to get lapped anywhere, and it's you've had a bit of a dodgy race, this is the place where it's going to happen.
It is.
So in 58-second laps, so.
And Dietmar was the.
Hello, somebody's going in now.
Yeah, Dietmar was the epicenter of, or at the epicenter with Pete Van Gool.
They've had some exciting times.
Yes. Oh, Tony Walker has gone to pit road. So he was he second or third or fourth or something like that? So he's peeled off. This is going to be the fastest splash and dash in the world, right? Yeah, that is nothing. But it's still going to be 20 odd seconds, I reckon, of pit lane time. Where's that come out? 24 seconds, that, Alan.
Yes.
And Alex.
And that was quick, wasn't it?
Yeah, they've all come out ahead of Pete Newman, who is here, and behind traffic. So that's now not working out for Pete Newman.
Yes.
Although he's got.
Unless he can suddenly overtake all these cars.
Well, yeah, he's got one very quickly there, which was Chris, and now he's got Darrell. Darrell will want to keep going because of Chris, but he's right. He's giving it up now. There, that's nice. Yeah, very nicely given that one. Well done, Darrell.
Yeah.
Loving that. Carl Hardy has now gone to pit road, and again, this is going to be quick.
Well, it's my captain. That's not necessarily the case. He might have to have a quick emergency pie.
Oh, Fiona's in the pits looking a bit dishevelled. And she's been in there for a long time, so...
Oh, what's going on, Fee?
I don't know.
Probably doing her nails.
Yeah, maybe. Right, Casper under pressure here from Alex Lado. Now, the problem here for Casper is he's not pitted yet, if indeed he needs to at all.
She's been in the pits for a long time. She's out.
Yeah, she is.
What's that about?
Oh, she's out of the race. Right, okay.
Yeah.
Oh dear, don't know. Oh, I'm back in again and out again. Oh, it's the hokey cokey of Fiona Siddons. Right, here we go. Spencer's gone to pit road. Chris Needham.
Fee's coming out.
Martin
Come on,
Shirley.
Fee. Where are you? Are you coming out, Fee?
Right, so Spencer's out. He's got 3 cars ahead of him, which is Steven, Steinman and Miguel. Miguel Freitas is our new race leader, Alan.
Yes.
I need to go to Confused
Well,
Town.
he's been saving fuel, hasn't he?
Yeah. Right, so we've got 4 minutes to go. Have we got 4 minutes of fuel in these top 3 cars, do you think? I think we probably do, you know.
I would say they're confident. They will have been saving fuel. They've been in second, third, and fourth place. They've been in a good place to save fuel. They've been tight behind these in this group of cars. So,
Yeah.
and they're all experts.
Sorry, I just
They're
switched to.
experts at it. They're experts at keeping fast while saving fuel. They seem to do. They go faster than me when they use half the fuel. I don't quite know how they manage it.
It's annoying, isn't it? It shouldn't be allowed.
No, it's mind-boggling. Actually,
So the car in front.
I take my foot off the pedal, Pete. It slows
I
down.
know, it's crazy. We're on board with Simon Trendle, and the car in front is Miguel Freitas. And I don't know. I mean, it's 1 second. That's what 1 second looks like. If we go back another position, this is Stephen Walker.
Stephen.
And he can see first place. And at first place is only 1.5 seconds ahead of him. This is a nail biter.
Oh, he's got 2.5 minutes to do something about it.
Yeah.
That's not long enough, I don't think.
No.
Not against these dudes. Let's face it, Simon and Miguel. I mean, hard to get by.
Yeah. We got Jason Haddington keeping out of everybody's way very nicely. And again,
Nice. Spencer in fourth.
Spencer.
But he's 8 seconds down.
Yeah,
he lost 8
miles
seconds
back.
over that pit sequence.
He did.
So from first to fourth, and a big gap as well. It just shows you how these things work out. You cannot foresee it. You just don't know what's going to happen.
No, and Casper at the minute is heading up this almost Racing Forces little train behind him with Martin Shirley at the back of it. Martin Shirley, don't forget, was your pole man for this race on the reverse grid. He's done all right. He's held
He's
himself
done
together.
fantastically.
Yeah.
He was still leading after 17 laps.
Yes, he was.
It's still doing, because he was staving off some very fast characters.
Yeah.
I think he can afford to be very happy with himself. But look at Tony in front of him. That's
I know. It's another
pretty
great
impressive
performance.
stuff, Tony.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive stuff, the pair of you. And
I don't like it when that first corner comes.
well, you know, unless you're perfect on the curve, you know someone's going to try and come down the inside, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. So I think we're
You
gonna.
just know, you just know it.
I think we're gonna pick up white flag next. Oh, this time round maybe.
Yes, 39 minutes down. And
Yeah.
counting.
So Big
This
Mig.
time, Barney. Look for Barney.
Yeah.
Is he awake? Do you see Barney on here?
I should do. On the right somewhere.
Can't see him.
No, I didn't see him either. But we'll assume that Barney is waving his flag. Right, so Big Mig
It
sets
might
off.
not have because we're still on 39 minutes.
Well, true. I wonder if anybody's going to run out of fuel like you alluded to earlier on. It's possible, I guess. Very possible, actually.
Well, if they're going to do it, now's the time because they'll all be excited, but nearly having made it, and they'll be giving it a bit more gas because everybody else is.
Yeah, Spencer McCarthy is cutting the time down, but obviously nowhere near what he
No,
needs to
they're
do
not
to
gonna
win.
make it. Yeah.
Um,
Well, he's got no fuel worries, has he?
no.
He had to bite the bullet, so he wouldn't have come in unless he had to, and he was really making the try for it, clearly.
Mm.
But he's had to bite the bullet. But
Oh, and
Miguel
David
and
Ayres.
Stephen-
David Ayres. Where is he? Where is he? I can't even find him there. Crawling to pit road, Alan. As Miguel takes the checkered flag and wins. Simon Trendle. Yeah.
Stephen.
I don't understand why Simon Trendle is showing a bit funny on my screen. We'll come back to that later.
Mine on mine. He
Yeah.
looks in second place, and that's another one of these victories. You know, him and Stephen yet again. Even if they're not winning, they're right up there, raking in the points.
Yeah, yeah.
Out of nowhere, you just don't see them, and then all of a sudden they appear in the top ranks. Amazing.
Absolutely fantastic.
Well, that was
yeah.
some kind of racing. That was. There will be some very tired and worn drivers after that. That's pretty intense. That place.
And then Paul Hurley over the line here.
Yeah, not a lot of time off on those laps, Pete, is there?
No, not really at all. As people making their way round for the cool down lap. I don't know why, but something is wrong with the timing screen for Simon Trundle. I say wrong. It looks funny on my other screen, so when we go to results, this might look a bit different for some reason.
He's still timing on his thing. Oh, it's just stopped. +9.
Yeah.
Plus 1.1. Plus 1.2 kilometers. What's that about?
I don't know, and I'm concerned by that. There's a lot of people
Well, he's
crawling.
second. We know he's got a second place, don't we?
Do we? Do we though?
Well, I expect so. We just saw him cross the line, didn't we?
We kind of did. There's a couple of cars now out of fuel. They've desperately tried to get back. In fact, there's more than a few. There's about 4 cars that have run out of fuel on the cool down. Oh dear, that's quite funny actually. Right.
Well, that's what I'd call perfect timing.
I dare not press this button because
Perfect timing.
Simon
Pete,
Trundle
to run
actually-
out of fuel on the cool down lap
Right, let's see what happens
is
here.
strategically very satisfying for those drivers.
Oh, thank God for that. Right, okay. So, Miguel Freitas wins at Tsukuba Circuit for the feature race tonight for Impulse Racing, and a fine
Well done
job
to
he
him.
did. Yes, that's excellent. Simon Trundle did get second place after all that. On my other screen, it looks like he's a lap down, and I don't know why. SDK has done that calculation. It's now just reset itself. For Team Chimera, second step on the podium, and then bottom step of the podium, third place tonight, and very rounded victory. All luck though in the first race for Stephen Walker for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing White, and his teammate Spencer McCarthy finished behind him in fourth. And then the first of tonight's Pro-Am class drivers, Kasper Smirnov for Apex won in fifth. So a class podium yet again, Alan.
Yeah,
for Kasper.
fantastic drive.
Yeah.
Another fantastic drive by Casper.
Spectacular.
It
Alex.
doesn't matter what the circumstances are, he keeps producing, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, absolutely professionally done. Alex Sobolano Ledo, TRL Racing Forces, finishes sixth. Seventh is Tony Walker, and he gets second place on the Pro-Am podium for Hydro Race Racing Forces with Martin Shirley. Third step on that podium. In eighth place for RD Simsport, Pete Newman finishes ninth for Result X Pure Sims, followed by his teammate Carl Hardy in 10th. Chris Needham finishes 11th for Air Smart Racing with Anthony Hilton. First AM-Class car over the line in 12th place. That's brilliant for Mellow Motorsport, and shows his class again, Alan.
Yes, another great evening. He did well in the first race, didn't he?
He did. He did the same in the first race, I think. I'm going to have to find that, actually.
Yeah, he's just yet again punching well above his weight.
Yeah. I think he's punching within his weight because I think we've got his weight wrong. Anyway.
Well, we know he's going to go up.
Yeah.
But he did the right thing to defend his championship. I think that's the right
Definitely.
thing.
Yeah, definitely. And then
Look at Max, you see. So, yeah, we're going to have maybe a worthy contender for next season in Max.
too right, yeah. Deck Crowther finishes 13th for Blade Designs with
Yeah,
JB.
very well done to him.
And JB Deju up 17 places from his start position after the. He did say on here, workers were working on the internet cable outside. That's what caused his disconnect in
Oh,
race
my
one.
goodness.
I know.
Well, JB, you came back and made us proud of you as ever.
Absolutely, he's bossed that. That's 17 places. That's brilliant against this field. Demis Tigchalar, 15th for TRL Racing Forces, and then, as you rightly point out, second in class, Max Nevinchani for AM Class, 16th overall. Led Paul Hurley, our new addition, over the line in 17th for JAS. Stefan Goebel, 18th for VTS Esports. Where's my buttons? There we go. 19th, we find Jason Haddington on the podium
Yay!
for AM class.
Yeah, absolutely happy about that.
Yep, just before he throws himself out of a plane, eh?
Very chuffed.
Yeah, very good. For Air Smart Racing, Jura Larkinen, 20th, Fire Race Racing Forces, Luke Jones, 21st for JW Motorsport, Pete Van Gool, 22nd for Result X Pure Sims, Darryl Wright, 23rd for Safeguard by Result, with 24th being Chris Dixon for Workguard, Daniel Lewis, 25th for SRL, Jamie Wilson, 26th for Team Chimera, Renee Earhart, 27th for Cutting Corny TCR team. His teammate Dietmar Hoos finishes right behind him, literally right behind him, in 28th place. 29th was David Flashy Ayres for Safeguard by Result. I think he lost a few places running out of fuel. Jamie Jeffrey finished 30th, 5 laps down, and Fiona classified 31st, 8 laps down. Wow. Well, that was full of frantic action right from the very start of that second race, where we had the yellow. I think it was the right thing to do. I think there was definitely a blocked track. There was a car that was stranded and without power. So yeah, that was. There was a few crashes, but we totally expected it, Alan, at Tsukuba.
Yeah, I think it was pretty much worked out the way we expected, really. We expected a lot of incident. It's a tight track. They're fast cars. We thought it was going to be tight and a bit airy, and it was.
Yes.
And we've had the same kind of thing really on all the short circuits this season. Things are so with large grids, and we've got a bunch of very competitive racers out there, and it's just inevitable you're going to get this kind of close incident stuff happening.
Without a doubt, and we seen it rather, if I can get my grammar correct, a lot this evening. Right, we'll start. Don't forget, we need to vote for a, driver of the meeting.
Yes, tough indeed.
It is a tough one tonight. It really is. But we're going to start with the interviews to give us some food for thought. And right in the middle of a conversation, we always love it when we get that.
Every time.
Every time. It's like you're unlucky. It's like you're unlucky. Welcome to the booth. Current reigning champion, Stephen Lucky Wookie Walker.
Hola,
amigo. Hey. Right. So, first, right. I've said a few times tonight. I watched your race yesterday. Where you absolutely bossed the field. One of the most boring races I've ever seen, because you only seem to manage to do 58.2 second laps over and over again. We're just watching you approaching the crash at the start. Let's see what you actually managed to achieve. Oh, you did all right actually. You managed to dodge Dietmar and get a bit of free track. That was actually you were actually one of the, I say, lucky ones. Hey.
Well, last week when I definitely wasn't a lucky one.
No, you weren't.
For Anthony Hilton,
Yeah.
I was his bowling pin to his bowling ball. Again, wasn't his fault. It was just one of them things. But last week I got one of the best starts I've ever had, ever. Like I think I was up 16, 17 places on one lap.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was great.
Yeah, and I thought I'll take finishing third. I had a bit of damage as well, so I thought I'll pit and fix it. But no, Anthony had other ideas, but again, it wasn't his fault. But yeah, no, the car for tonight, I do like this track, but it's tough to race and overtake people here.
Yeah.
As I'm sure people saw.
It was.
How do you say you like it though, Stephen?
But you don't need to overtake anybody, do you? If you're at the front and you stay there.
Well, yeah. Luckily, I got a good start. Like I was like I did a bit of practicing on the start, so it helped a little bit. I got in front of Pete, and I think Miguel tried to go around the outside, but the same thing happened in the official yesterday, and I managed to hold it. So I was like, if I can hold it in and don't make any mistakes, I should be able to. Miguel suddenly found about half a second from the official that he did last night.
Okay. Right. He's learned, has he?
Yeah, he was doing like 0.345s. Well, not half second, but like a couple of tenths. And then today he was much quicker, but then I could sustain my pace a little bit longer, and that got me the gap a little bit. And then I was just chasing the it was not hot lapping, but look, I don't know. The car just felt good. I made a few specific changes for this track, and it's the most I've changed a car in about 6 weeks, and it obviously works because it works for my brother and worked for Spence. So
Yeah. No,
Well, you've been saying that you've had really good setups on the car, so the fact you moved
yeah,
it
I think
around a bit for this is interesting, isn't it?
this car it just suits me, and I think now everything's more balanced. It's just I can get more out of it. I struggle. We did the IVRA in the Elantra, and I really struggled for pace, but it was a track I'm not very good at, so
no, okay.
we'll see how that goes. But yeah, the second race was I just wanted to stay out of trouble, and the plan was just to stay out of trouble. Basically, if I wasn't expecting the safety car, but obviously it's a slightly higher possibility, with it being so tight and everything like that. And so, yeah, again, I managed to not get caught up in any of it, which I was so scared about after last week.
yeah.
Um, gained a few positions on the safety car, and then I was just saving fuel. I noticed Simon was doing it, and I thought, oh, actually, yeah, I think it is doable. And then I just spoke to Miguel, and he said that he wasn't going to save until he saw me saving. So I was like, damn it. And those two did a better job of saving. I thought I was doing it quite well, and I had to be dramatic on the last lap, otherwise I would have started to stutter halfway down the back straight, I think. So it would have been
Wow.
touch and go if I'd made it. So it was a good race. There lots to be a lot of good action, and the battling at the front kept them close together because it's only a short pit lane, short pit stop. So if they pulled a large lead over it, but because it's a shorter lap, saving fuel, we're only about a second or half a second or a couple of tenths slower per lap. So overall, it was great. It's a good race. I'll take a first and a third just for the championship.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, that's gonna bolster your championship hopes, definitely. No Sam Blees this evening. Obviously, the two that are closest to you in the championship, I'm just going to double check my work here, just 1 second, is obviously Simon, who was pretty close to you in both races tonight. There we go. And Alex Lado didn't have the greatest of nights. He got damage at the start of that second race, ended up actually recovering really well, finished in 6th place. What did he do in the first race? What did Alex do? I just closed down the wrong screen. That was it. And that was idiotic, Pete. Well done. Need some of your luck. I need some of your luck. That's what I need. So 4th and a 5th versus your 1st and 3rd. So I think you and Miguel have utterly mopped up. Miguel probably being the most hungry on the points score, but he took a penalty earlier in the season to swap cars. So that's what happened there. But yeah, I think you've done really well tonight. Your luck has stayed with you. And yeah, the yellow happened very early on in the race, which is probably the better place to get a yellow. It's the more obvious place to get a yellow because then you can, all the traffic's together, but at least then you can plan your fuel save strategy potentially. I can now see why Jamie Jeffrey ended up not finishing the race. I can see his car there crabbing down the road with no front end on it at all. Yeah, that's not pretty. It's not pretty,
helpful.
No, yeah, unhelpful. Yeah, but yeah, hopefully you had fun. And the second race probably. I don't know. Is it fun to be fuel saving like that?
It's just a different challenge, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
I like racing and going flat out. Yeah, that's great and showing your pace and everything. But in a league race, particularly in our longer races, I think that's one of the better things. It's good for. It's just a good strategy. It's just a different thing to think about, a different talent to have, different skill.
Yeah.
It's something that
It's a
I've had
skill.
to learn.
It's
Yeah,
a
I've had
skill.
to learn
You've
it.
had to learn it,
racing.
and you apply it, and
Yeah.
it works. It's a tactic that works. Why wouldn't you learn it and try and apply it when you can?
Yeah, exactly. Like when Sam and Spencer joined the league all that time ago, some races I could beat them on pace, but they would just smash me in the strategy. There was nothing I could do. Not every race, obviously, but I had to adapt and learn strategy stuff and saving fuel, like stuff like that as well. So yeah, it's just a different skill. It's a different challenge. Yes, would I rather be going flat out? Absolutely, because the car was quick this week around here. So, but it's difficult to make a move. So this was the safest and best and what I thought was the quickest way to get a good result. And like I say, I'll take a first and a third after last week and even the week before. I don't think wasn't too great one of the races.
Well, not too great. You're still at the top of the standings. I do get your point though. We go to your track choice for next week. The champion's choice.
Watch it backfire on me.
Backfire, like what you did there.
Sexy, pun intended.
Oh yeah. We are at Mount Panorama. It's your choice, and it's an endurance race. So we expect only a win from you, obviously.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
I'm looking forward to that already.
Win
That's
100%.
absolutely a delicious prospect.
If you thought we were going to get a yellow at Tsukuba, and we did kind of predict it, didn't we, Alan?
We did.
Mount Panorama through the Dipper is almost guaranteed. So we'll see what happens there.
Possibly, but then that's why I wanted it to be whether people agree with me or not. That's why I wanted it to be an endurance, because it gives you a chance to get back into
Absolutely.
it. Yeah, too right.
I agree with you
The
entirely.
yellow, and there's a fast repair, and if you still got one left. So yeah, I think that's
It's
a good
the
show.
perfect circuit to do that extended race.
Absolutely.
It is.
I hope so.
I'm looking forward to it.
Anyone you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, obviously you guys for putting on a great show. Think it was 32 cars tonight.
31.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're week
Brilliant.
9, and I've seen we've had a few new faces again. So
Yep.
kudos to you guys and putting it out there in the broadcast and everything. The rest of the guys, I know there was the safety car, but I've watched it and it's very much a racing incident, and it seems to be fairly clean. Other than that, and Spencer, my brother, JB, everyone, Simon, Miguel, just fun, innit? It's just great at the minute. It's on it a peak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just been fantastic racing for week after week. It's been great visual spectacle with really great racing, and what more could you want?
Yeah, very well said from both of you, actually. We will see you next time out at your champion's choice. Lucky Wookie Stephen Walker.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Good night.
Right, next into the booth, we'll tick these off pretty quick, is Miguel Freitas. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello. Right, so...
we're pleased, but we're very pleased for you.
We are. You are the most successful of tonight's drivers, in the fact that you've got a second place in race 1. We'll talk about that in a second, and a magnificent first in race 2. Back to winning ways for Miguel Freitas, and you did a sneaky, didn't you? You pulled the fastest lap of the second race on the last lap.
Yeah. I don't know how I saved enough for that.
Who
when
cares?
I noticed on the last lap I had enough fuel, I was okay. I'm taking the point for the fastest lap.
Yeah, you absolutely nailed that one. That was brilliant stuff. So we have. I saw Stephen. I watched Stephen's stream from yesterday, and I think you're in about 4th or 5th place. It was very difficult for you to overtake at this track. Anybody to overtake at this track without doing something a little bit naughty. And you stayed in station for the official. You kind of did the same thing here, but you had no choice really, because Stephen was quite rapid in that Honda, wasn't he?
Yeah, to be honest, I was very happy today because yesterday on the official race, I was like half a second slower than him on pace per lap.
Yeah.
And I tried a lot of different things with the car between yesterday and today.
All right, okay.
And I managed to almost find all the time that I needed to be on the same pace. But yeah, I was still missing a little bit. Very happy.
It did mention it. It did mention that you found some pace, Miguel.
Yeah. When I logged in today and set my first fastest lap and was the same as Steven, I was okay. I nailed it this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall during the race, this car was keeping the pace and mine was losing. So still need to find something extra.
Yeah, well. In the second of tonight's races, obviously we got a very early track blockage and a yellow, very, very early, like before you even got to the third turn, I think. Did you... Well, I think Stephen said that you spoke to him in the interview room, and when you realised that he was fuel saving, you decided you were going to have to do the same. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah, because I started making some moves. Steven, actually, Steven was the first one to make a move, and I defended, and he backed off. Then I
Right.
made a move on Simon, and he backed off. And I was like, "Oh, they are saving. I need to do it as well."
Right. Okay.
So yeah, I thought it wasn't possible after the safety car. Still, I thought that I would lose more pace by saving, but yeah,
Yeah.
it was quite good. Yeah, it was the whole race looking at the fuel numbers and saving, and
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the end, I saved too much, which then I made
Really?
the fastest lap.
Well, yeah. I suppose if you've absolutely nailed the fastest lap on the last lap, then yeah, maybe. Right. So next week we go to the Champion's Choice, which is going to be Mount Panorama for an endurance race. It's gonna be as tasty as this in completely different ways. Plenty of opportunity for crashes and lots of concrete walls. How do you fancy your chances there on an endurance race?
To be honest, no idea.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm still struggling to understand the car, and
Okay.
right now I managed to find the raw pace of the car, but still haven't been able to find the pace on long races. So I'm after like 10
Ooh.
laps, I start losing some pace, and other cars doesn't seem to be happening that.
Okay.
But
Oh,
yeah,
well,
I hope
perhaps
I
the
can
changes
find.
you made have fixed it, and you'll
Yeah.
find an extra.
Yeah, I hope I can manage to find what is
Yeah,
missing.
just a bit
Yeah.
of extra. That's all you need.
Well, anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and celebrate the fact that you are by far the best point scoring person from this race week?
Yeah, I want to thank Steven and Simon. I won
Finishing
thanks to
behind
them.
you. Yes.
Yeah, because if it wasn't for them, I would have bid it for fuel, and yeah, I would lose it. And
Right.
yeah, just mirroring their strategy saved me today.
Right. Okay. Brilliant.
I'm
Well.
sure they're going to be delighted to hear that.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sure
too
they're going to be
right.
thrilled to hear that.
We gave Miguel the reason to win. Yeah, that's going to go down really well. We've found it absolutely brilliant watching you racing yet again. It's great having you in our leagues, and we look forward to seeing you at Mount Panorama. Back to winning ways yet again. Second week in a row you've got a win. And brilliant point scoring. Miguel Freitas, everybody.
See ya.
Yeah, congratulations, Miguel.
Thank you.
Right, there's quite a queue formed actually in the booth. Right, I need to get. Who do I bring in next? I need to
Oh,
bring in.
Spencer's there, goodness.
I know Spencer. Hang on. We need Simon next. Simon. So in the Japanese Chimera livery is Simon Trendle. Good evening.
Yay!
Good evening.
Do your pajamas change colour as well? Do they go from like white and green to green and white?
Yes.
Excellent. That's what I wanted to know. Not because I'm weird or anything. That also is true, by the way, but no, it's nothing to do with that. Right. So race 1 this evening. You finished in 7th place. I don't know. Did you struggle in that race, or was it your qualifying position? It's very hard to overtake around Tsukuba circuit anyway, right?
It is very difficult to overtake here, but it's also just not the sort of track that I like. It's long corners that are slow speed.
Yeah.
It's everything that kills any sort of pace I have in these cars at the moment. So, yeah, I was sort of dreading it, and especially dreading the feature, knowing that there wasn't really anything I was going to be able to make progress. So I was eternally grateful that safety car came out.
Oh,
I could
really?
do something different. So,
Right. Okay.
and then everyone copied me.
Yes, yes, you're very popular.
Yeah. Do what Simon does. That's what everyone was saying. I could hear it from here. But yeah, it did work out really well for you. It got you a 2nd place. Let's kind of almost brush over that then, because next week is the opposite. It's Bathurst. It's Mount Panorama. It's an endurance race that plays into your wheelhouse, right?
It should do, being we get supercar driver most of the time.
Yeah.
But I do not get on with Bathurst at all.
What?
Goodness.
I know.
Say it ain't
Blasphemy.
so.
I know.
I'm amazed to hear that.
I
Such
am.
a fine driver.
Just
I
pick
crash
my
there
jaw
so
off the
often.
floor. Really?
Yeah.
Well, I know all about that. Not you crashing, me crashing. I can crash on virtually every turn on that track, but
No, the classic one was a endurance race years back where I think my teammate Ben had done about 2 hours flat out around Bathurst in the McLaren at the time. This is like back like 10 years ago when the McLaren was just death. Did 2 hours, survived it, handed the car to me. Second lap out, I binned it on the mountain and wrecked the car completely.
right.
It's 2 hours into a 6-hour race.
Makes you feel good, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, it was not my finest hour.
Well, it won't make you feel
Yeah,
any
you
better, there's no
remembered
harm
it,
in
left a mark, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's very disappointing when you've been it there, isn't it? But yeah, you're a different driver in a different world now, so I'm looking forward to watching you racing
I
next
think
week.
it's an Enduro next week as well, isn't it? So
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a long race, and there's room for people to make a mistake and
Aussie tracks
still
a
make
slow
it
pit
back.
lane.
Yeah, what was that?
Could be Aussie tracks. That's got a slow pit lane, so
It does, yeah, very
Yeah,
slow.
well, it's an half an hour's drive to get in there.
Oh, it's glacial, the speed that you go through it. But yeah,
I love that little chord right at the
do
end, don't
you?
you?
Do you?
Yeah, it's great. It's very exciting.
What's
Am
wrong
I going to
with
get
you?
in the pits or not?
Well,
Because
a
normally I get
lottery
a
every
concussion
time.
because I've missed the entrance
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I smack into the wall. And get a concussion.
it is
Brilliant.
a nightmare, that, especially in the V8 supercar as well.
yeah, you can't do the
Yeah,
jump
I bet.
anymore.
That car doesn't want to stop.
No, true. You can't do the jump anymore either, can you?
Nope.
No,
Oh,
God,
demoed.
no. So disappointing.
I know.
That's the only thing I was good at there.
But we've thoroughly enjoyed watching you race. I did wonder whether you had an answer for Miguel towards the end of that race. I thought he might run out of fuel, but
No,
he didn't.
I was
he
hoping
didn't.
to.
Yeah, yeah.
He got past me, and then I don't know if he started before he passed me or he started after he passed me, but he got in front of me and Casper, and Casper was fuel saving and not doing it as efficiently as probably I would like. So
okay.
it's surprisingly difficult to pass someone at Tsukuba when you're both trying to fuel save.
Right. Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a headbanger.
So that knocked us back a few best seconds from Miguel, and he caught the pack in front and just had 5-10 laps where he just had a lot of time to lift off and coast a lot more than us. So it gave him the margin. So
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
it was
But you're running
Valentine.
close. It sounds like you're really running close. So, yeah,
yeah.
very exciting stuff.
very. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Yep, to Jamie for the it was the Suzuka special. I guess it's now the Japan special.
I
but
think it
it's
is.
a
Yeah.
Cool livery. It was looked really poor in practice when it was all foggy, but thankfully it brightened up and now it looks really good. So
Yeah, I know. It's metallic paint. I think it looks
Stunning.
bonny. Really,
Really
do.
nice. Yeah.
and everyone who's racing, because it's still busy grid as chaotic as it is at Tsukuba, and to you guys for the broadcast.
Awesome stuff. In that case, we look forward to you winning, obviously, at Mount Panorama.
Oh, clearly, yes.
This time next
Can I
week.
have a V8 supercar?
Well, you probably, yeah.
Certainly.
Yeah. You got to do it backwards, though. You got to do it in reverse. You could, actually, that might work. Especially with you driving it. Anyway, ex-previous champion, and probably to stalk the podium again very soon, Simon Trendle.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you very much. Yes. Well done,
Yeah,
Simon.
That was good. Right, next into the booth. Where have I put him? Hang on, I've just sent him to the wrong place. Just a minute. I'm going to go and get him.
Making a habit of this.
I know, yeah. I've sent him to a strange place, but I've now got him back again. Sorry,
excellent.
sorry about that, Alex. Alex Lado, yay!
Hey.
I thought something was wrong, yeah.
I know, yeah. It was like, why am I in Smart Racing's, chat room? What's going on? So, first of tonight's races, excuse me, you kind of held position is the best way to describe it. You did a really good qualifying, and started on row 2, I think. Yeah.
P4.
P4, and stayed there the entire race. It's very difficult to get an advantage around this track unless somebody makes a real cock up, right?
Yeah. It was the objective since practice.
Oh, okay.
Since the first practice, to be honest, I was super happy with my quality. I thought it was gonna be hard to get to the top 10 based on my pace. And then like as per usual in the practice session, like last minutes and quali, I find pace and I get there. But yeah, today, like usually I'm way more confident in my pace, but today I was surprised and pleased with P4. So I knew that it was going to be hard to hold that pace for so long throughout the race. And surprisingly, like I lost a lot of pace at the beginning with more fuel, but yeah, at the end I was catching up. Not catching up, but just maintaining the pace with at least with Pete. Yeah, Steven and Miguel were in a different league today for me, and yeah, it was pretty much holding position, like you said.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah, they
go on,
managed
Alan.
they managed to put a gap into you, didn't they? But I mean, yeah, your pace was reasonable. It was, I mean, you certainly were there and thereabouts. But yeah, you were up against some fast guys in really good form, and of course, everybody was fuel saving and all shenanigans. It was happening all over, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like to see you getting dropped though, because I've been loving the way you've been driving these last few weeks. It's so quick, and yeah. But what do you think about next week? I'm interested to know what you think about Mount Panorama and
Oh, we're at Mount Panorama.
yeah,
That's
Mount
Yes.
insane.
Panorama and
All right.
an endurance race as well.
Well, I love the track, of course.
Yeah,
I've driven countless laps there with V8s. So yeah, 3 times now Bathurst 1000 and several league races.
Oh
So
my word! Did you know about that, Pete?
I did. Yeah.
Oh my word! He's becoming an expert on the place.
If you cut him in,
Yeah.
if you cut him in half, it says Bathurst, like a stick of rock from Blackpool. Yeah. He's made for that track. I think he's gonna do very, very well there. But we won't tell anybody, right? Because we'll keep it our secret, Alan.
Yeah,
It's a good job. It's a good job we're not on a broadcast, isn't it?
No, we don't want that anybody know that you're an expert
Yeah.
on Panorama. And
We'll
you've got
see,
lots
we'll
of time
see.
to prove it. You've got 80 minutes, 60 minutes to prove it.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to be happy with the Racing Forces performance tonight because in the second race, for instance, you got 6th place after starting in 12th after the reverse grid. Tony finished behind you in 7th. You know, you've done a great job. Jura Larkinen recovered to 20th after having a pretty rough first race. It's been a good points haul for Racing Forces.
Yeah. I think we recovered pretty well from how it looked like at the beginning of the race because yeah, indeed Jura had an incident in the sprint that didn't help, and he was confident this week, but yeah, unlucky for him. Yeah, in the feature, the start of the race, Damis and I got damaged.
Yeah.
Also Jura, by the way. I got a meatball actually. That's why I was forced. It was funny because I said I have wheel damage, but I feel the car okay, so I'll just keep. Yeah, I'll force it because it's hard to be passed on this track, you know. And I
Yeah.
have slower cars ahead, so I'll just keep it and feel safe. And then all of a sudden, I saw the flag. I was like, oh wait, I cannot do that. So that changed the whole race. From that moment on, I was just fuel saving to make it a one stop. Sorry, I know stop. And yeah, I managed to do it, but I couldn't quite get Casper because I was already on the limit because I didn't feel safe the first couple laps. It was more like a thing after lap 4 or 5 that I chose to do. So yeah, I was pretty tight on fuel. Otherwise, I could have maybe have a chance at Casper. But yeah, it was more like damage limitation. It was already bad from the beginning, and I think we did a great job. Tony did a great job. Dennis was right behind me, but he couldn't quite manage to fuel save it for 2-3 liters. I think it was in the end. Yeah, 2
He had to
liters. So
pit,
he had
yeah.
to pit.
Yeah.
Yeah, shame because he was right behind me, so it would have probably been like 3 cars in a row of Racing Forces and maybe Carl in between, but would have been really nice. But yeah, it was tough race in general. Shit track. Sorry, I just hate it. I didn't like it from the beginning. I knew it was gonna be tough, but yeah, I'll take P4, P6. I thought I was gonna be well deep in the pro-am standings by the end of both races. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with.
Not
with
so.
that.
Not so. Well, we will look forward to seeing you this time next week at Mount Panorama. Anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, I race as usual. The racing line. I race Adam Talsma. Simability, you guys, everyone who turned up for the race, and my teammates, of course. Always super fun to race with them. Tony for the great result once again, and Demis and Yura for their recovery drives, and Sebastian, a friend and colleague from work. That's not sure if he was watching tonight, but he might have watched. I don't know.
Going
And
to watch the replay.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and like I said, everyone who turned up for the race because it was quite fun, and it was, aside from the race incident in lap 1, was pretty clean for such a truck.
It was good. And we look forward to seeing you racing next week. Alex Savlano, Lado, everybody.
Thank you, Pete. Thank you, Alan.
Well done,
Oh.
Alex. His team did well this week again. Every week
yeah.
they're poking above the parapet, aren't they?
They are, and somebody else who features very, very highly every week, very, very tidy performances all the time, stealthing his way up this leaderboard, is Casper Smirnov. Good evening.
Hey.
Hey. Apex 1 racer Casper Smirnov. In the first race, you got a second place in your respective class, a ninth place overall. I think that was a roundabout where you qualified, because it's quite difficult to overtake here, isn't it? Oh no, you got an incident, didn't you? You got turned.
No.
Or was that in the second one? Oh, I don't know. Tell us about your first race.
In first race, I just dropped clutch too quickly and got massive wheel spin at the start.
Oh, yeah.
Lost 4 positions at the start. So I had to recovery drive.
Yeah.
Recovered 2 positions. Tried third on the last lap on Jamie Jeffrey, but it was last ditch maneuver. So
Okay, right. Yep, fair enough. Sorry, I do remember that now. But who was it that popped out and overtook? Oh, it was Jamie Jeffrey. Yeah, off the grid on when you watch the replay.
Yeah, Jamie.
Yeah.
Popped out really.
He popped out from behind you, and several other people got you. So actually, 9th place is not bad actually with a recovery drive, and you stayed in 2nd place in class. Didn't let Renee get too many points on you. And then in the second race, that's pretty impressive. You kind of kept your position despite 3 cars in front of you doing fuel saving. I know you fuel saved in that race as well. Only Spencer McCarthy managed to outpace you, being a car that pitted. You've got to be happy with that. That's impressive stuff.
yeah, I'm happy with that, and also because it was my first race in iRacing where I had to fuel save, so it was a big.
Well, that explains something.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Right. That's interesting. Like that. That's a good fact.
You know, people have had to learn that coming to this league. We found out earlier that Steve had to learn that coming to this league, how to fuel save, and now it's you're getting to. But you're taking it on board. I'm very impressed. Very impressed.
Yeah, well, we've got Alan. We've got to thank Magda for giving Casper the racing strategy that he followed. Obviously,
She was really shocked, to be honest.
Was she?
I made it.
Right. Okay. Well,
you really fuel saving? Yeah, fuel saving. Oh goodness me!
She was like, "Is he gonna pit on last lap? No."
Awesome. Well, if Magda's enjoyed it, then that's brilliant. That's what we run these broadcasts for.
Well, we thought there were people going to be running out, didn't we?
I did.
Around the last lap.
Yeah. It didn't seem to get many people. There was David
No,
Ayres.
they got over the line before they conked out, didn't they?
Yeah. A very, very good performance, Casper. And you've proven yet again that you are very much in the zone for being a pro driver next season. You are dominating Pro-Am at the minute. How many points were you ahead before you went into this? You were... Oh, I'm on the wrong one. There we go. Well, let's call it nearly 200 points ahead of Carl Hardy going into this race week. I think you've extended that by quite a lot because Carl didn't have a great second race tonight at all.
He had massive problems
He did,
this
yeah.
race, to be honest.
Yeah. So yeah, you've done yourself no end of favours. Obviously, Magda will claim all the credit for it, being your race engineer and coming up with all your strategies. But yeah, it's Mount Panorama next time. How did you go at Mount Panorama, Bathurst? It's going to be an endurance race, 80 minutes. It should put a good amount of strain on that Honda for you. Are you hopeful of a podium finish?
I love this track.
Excellent, excellent. It's what we want to hear. This is why we turn up, isn't it, Alan?
Yes. Yeah, well, I love it as well. I mean, most people do, don't they?
Yeah, they do, yeah.
But, yeah.
well,
there's quite
To
a
be
few.
honest, I think it's one of the best tracks in the world. So.
Yeah,
interesting.
me too.
We shall expect an overall podium from him then, Alan.
Well, we found out
no
that
excuses
Alex
now.
knows it like the back of his hand and loves the place.
Yeah.
This is another very sproutly driver who's expecting to do well there and go like the clappers. So this is warming up and boiling up very nicely already.
It is, and Casper's very good at keeping the pace in that Honda. Let's see if that'll happen around the monster, which is Bathurst next week. I'm definitely looking
it's
forward to that.
exciting prospects.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to
It's
it.
going to be good.
I didn't realise we were up the Mount Panorama for the driver's choice. That was a really good call by Stephen. I'm looking forward to this.
Ah, that's why we're
Yeah.
not
there you go.
I was so confused.
Yeah.
It's the driver's choice week.
Champions
Champion's
choice.
choice.
That,
yeah, you'll get
that
when you're the
makes
champion, you'll get to choose one.
I know, yeah. You just got to get to the top quickly. We look forward to seeing you next week at Mount Panorama. Who are you going to shout out to before we let you go?
Standard, Magda, teammates, and also I want to shout out to Alex for keeping me company in feature race.
Well, yeah.
Where we both feel saved.
Yes, you're
Yeah.
so like crazy.
You did well. Absolutely. Well, in that case, we shall look forward to you bossing the entire race at Bathurst next week. We expect Magda to be on the chat next week, explaining what your strategy is, because only she knows. It's going to be great to see you in that race. Kasper Smirnoff, everybody.
Good
Well done,
night.
matey. Very well done.
Cool stuff. Right. Okay.
Yeah, well, it's first time fuel saving.
I know. That's very impressive, isn't it?
Well, I mean, that's not something I've ever managed to do, because as soon as I take my foot off, the car just slows down and everybody comes by me. So I
know.
don't quite know how they manage it, but
Well, I'm no
I
different.
guess you've got to be going fairly quick in the first place before you can take off.
Yeah.
That's probably my problem, not quite going fast enough in the first place, I suspect.
It's possible. It's possible. Someone else who was going pretty quick in the second of tonight's races was Chris Dixon. First of tonight's races, you kind of held station, didn't you, Chris?
I did, yeah. Got a bit of grief at the beginning. David spun out in front of us. I avoided.
Yeah,
We
it was
saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
avoided the back of Fee, only to find
Yeah.
David sprinting across in front of me.
Yeah.
Just
Turn
couldn't
one,
stop.
wasn't it? Turn one.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah.
So lost the bumper and had damage, but I just carried on, plodded on.
You don't need a bumper. Bumpers slow you
No,
down.
no.
it's good.
Well, I still did my fastest lap of the track with no bumper, so it must have been lack of wear,
Yeah,
lack of weight.
dead weight, dead
Yeah.
weight.
Yeah, don't need it. Don't need it. Just leave it behind. And then
I thought we saw you doing some really good driving tonight, matey.
I did as well. We saw some really competitive stuff in the second of tonight's races, that's for certain. You had some battles there with Daryl.
Yeah, it was a bit sneaky at the end.
He was.
Yeah,
Right.
well, I pulled up. I thought he'd follow me wide to let Pete through, and he didn't. He nipped through, blocked Pete.
Excellent.
So,
Nice.
And then he let him through on the next hairpin. So,
Right, okay.
Then blocked me off.
we did actually see that as well. So
Right.
we've covered some good footage of you tonight, to be honest.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Very, actually, really good, clean driving. You managed to stay out of all the shenanigans at the very start, as I remember.
Yeah, I got a nudge in the back from at the very start and got a 4X.
Right.
And then I think I got a 1x go on one of the coming out of the first corner or something. So,
That's
but
Tsukuba.
other
That's
than
good,
that,
isn't it? Yeah.
yeah, other than that, it was fairly clean.
Did you pit?
No,
No, you no stopped it. That's
Wow,
I
it's
know.
another one who's doing the fuel saving magic.
Yeah. So there was a few cars that did it. Obviously,
yeah, it
the
was
top
a bit,
three in
of a
Casper.
debate.
Oh,
Yeah,
go
it
on.
was-
Did you
Go on.
make a sort of a decision after the safety car or something? Because there was a lot of people who were doing this changing strategy.
Not
Right.
really. We were talking about it originally. So when the safety car come,
Ah,
it was like because we'd worked it out, and it was like nine litres that you had to save. So
Is that all?
if 9 laps, sorry.
9
So yeah, it was
laps, I was
about
gonna
9
say.
litres.
Right.
So
right.
I think that was what they were talking about anyway. Which, yeah, we were debating on whether to fuel save originally, and then when that happened, it was like, well, we're already by the time the green flag will be thrown, we're going to be all the way 3 laps in. It's going to have saved 7 laps of fuel. So it was touch and go
It just
whether.
made sense, didn't it, to go with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was about 4 of us decided to fuel save, and
Well, you weren't the only ones, sweetie. A lot of other people would decided to fuel save as well, and pulled it off in various degrees of success.
yeah, well,
Okay.
Daryl was trying to push me. He was like, "Right, we'll go for it now," and I was like, "No, I'll just wait another lap." See, he was about 4 seconds behind me at one point, and
Right.
so we wait another lap. And then I went, and as I crossed the line, I had Dan Lewis behind me, defend against him on the last lap.
Yeah.
And as I crossed the line, I come out the last corner and started spluttering,
Ah,
and
okay.
then crossed the line and out of fuel.
Right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect.
Well-
Well done, matey. I'm pleased for you. That's really. I bet that added a whole different dimension to the race for you. Yeah.
Well, it did, to be honest, because although I was fuel saving, I could still do a minute, like a minute lap,
Wow.
and it was like it didn't make sense. I couldn't make
No.
sense of it in my head
Yeah.
because I was only doing a minute anyway, or a 59, and I was fuel saving, but still doing similar times.
59's
so-
a good lap, though.
It is a good lap.
Because 59's a good lap, and yes, and there was a second on there that you could fuel save and still come in at the minute, which is really good, isn't it? That's fantastic.
Yeah, very respectable. Well, before we let you go, is there anybody you want to shout out to?
Yeah, just the general yourselves for putting the show on, and all the 31 drivers that turned up tonight. Good field again, and a few new drivers, I think, as well, isn't there? So it's good to see them
Still picking
winning.
people up. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
It is
And,
good.
it's the race, and if anybody watches the stream, like quite a few people do, and they can see the race, and it's good, clean, fair racing. And if there is an incident, it's normally just a racing incident. There's no malice in any of it.
No,
They're all good drivers, so yeah.
No,
that's right.
very well said. And we look forward to seeing you racing on the endurance race at Bathurst. That'll be good for
Yeah,
you.
that'll be fun.
Yeah, that's going to be
Yeah.
tasty.
We've just been
Exciting
talking about that.
prospect.
I've only been there. I've never raced there. I've only practiced there,
All right.
Really?
Really?
Ooh.
Ooh,
and that
right,
was
okay.
in the MX-5s.
I'm
Okay.
expecting you to go well.
I am too, actually. I think that
I think
track
you'll go
suits
well.
you.
Yeah, I'll get on there and practice. I know
Yeah.
there's a session on Thursday, but I don't think I'll make. I might make the last 20 minutes of that. I normally do on a Thursday. I get the last 20 minutes, and I'm in there by myself.
Yeah.
But, the session on Monday, I'll be there and probably have a good 2 hours practice. So
Okay. Well,
practice me fuel saving.
yeah, mind the concrete, won't you? In that case, we will see you this time next week. Chris Dixon,
You will.
everybody.
Thanks,
Yeah, well
everyone.
done, Chris. Well done,
Yeah,
matey.
cheers. Good night.
No. Right, last in, and I'm a little bit over time, but we'll...
No, you're doing good. We're only 2 minutes past 10. I think
yeah,
you're doing very well here.
Not bad, not bad. Into the booth, in her usual spot, is Fiona Siddons. Good evening.
Good
Blah,
evening.
blah.
So, we shall talk mostly about the first race, shall we? Because you finished 26th. Were you the lead workout car? You were. You led Jason Huddington over the line by a good, what's that, about 7 or 8 seconds. It was a good gap. You obviously suit Tsukuba very well because I think the second race is not reflective of your performance capability. So talk us through your first race first.
Yeah, I got a brilliant start.
Hmm.
Passed 2 or 3 cars off the line, and just sort of held my position all the way through to the end. I had some good battles. It was amazing fun round here.
Yeah, it can be a fun track. I like it. There's a lot of people don't. I mean, it's a track that is fairly simple to learn. There's only like 9 proper turns on it. I don't know how many they actually count, but to do it well is a talent, and to do it well in cars as fast as these, or rather as powerful as these, is even more of a talent. So you've done it very well. In the second of tonight's races, it kind of came apart. You got into a bit of bother, didn't you? And what was the reason for such a long pit stop as well?
You're going to laugh at this.
Go on.
Last night, I missed the whole of the MX-5s because the dog bit a cable, electric cable, and blew me electrics.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Tonight, the little shit got hold of the USB cable from the back of the Panatec wheel to the computer,
Yeah.
and the wheel disconnected.
Oh, you are joking.
Hence why it threw me into the wall on the pit straight, and then I had no steering.
Is
to
this
get
your
back
new
out.
dog? Your new? Is this a new thing that the dog started eating all the cables in your house, Fee?
Yeah, he's got to be a pain in the ass, and he's going.
Is he all right though?
Yeah, he's fine.
He's not
It
got
seems to be
electrocuted or
electric-proofed.
anything.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, we lost Fee in the MX-5s because the dog, tried to eat the internal wiring of his house
Right.
and
Okay.
seemed to survive it unharmed.
Right. Well. Yeah. I don't know. When he can't get kibble, I guess he goes for wires. Well,
Bolts, really, some bolts. He wanted some bolts.
yeah, some volts. Yeah, let's get him. Well, it's in that case that's not such a bad result. Since
No,
you got
right.
26th in the first race, at least he let you get that.
Race 2 was going well until that happened because I was up close. I don't know whether I was in the top 20 or close to it, and yeah, I made one mistake, which is on screen now. I missed my braking point into turn 1 and got on the grass.
It's
But
not a bad one though,
Yeah,
is
we
it? That's
saw
just
it.
a scuff.
We saw it.
had some good battles in race 2 as well until that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I thought
now-
this would suit you, this circuit, and
I was-
the close racing short circuit. You're good on these things normally.
Yeah, I think I might have had to have done a stop, just a quick splash and dash on for the last lap, because the fuel was seeming to last on me,
Okay.
even though I was pushing as hard as I could.
Well,
No, very
that's
good.
good news. Yeah.
One place that you feel won't last is Bathurst, and that's where we're going next week. Are you with us, or are you banging your drum?
No, I'm banging my drum. We're playing Esteban Berlin in the Champions Hockey League.
Oh,
so-
okay. Right, in that case, we won't see you next week. We'll hopefully see you the week after.
Yeah, it should be
Where
the
are
week
we?
after.
Yeah, we're running out of weeks, aren't we? Again,
We
we're
are.
scooting into end of season very
Yeah.
quickly.
Rudskogen is the one after that. So we will see you at Rudskogen at the Motor Centre. Enjoy banging your drum next week. Anybody you want to shout out to?
Yeah, you guys for doing the stream, everybody who watches, and everybody who raced tonight, 'cause it was clean racing. I know we had a safety car, but it was just one of them things. It was a racing incident, and it's all good in this league. People are very respectful.
Thank you for saying that. Yeah,
That's good to hear, isn't it?
It is,
That's
yeah,
good to hear.
absolutely.
Thank you, Fee.
Yeah, thank you for that. In that case, we really do look forward to you racing at Rudskogen in a couple of weeks' time. I hope your hockey team does very well. Sheffield and Steelers.
Sheffield Steelers.
Yeah. And we will see you then. Fiona Siddons, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Well done, Pete.
Well, Alan, yeah, we are a little bit over time, but I think it was worth it.
Yeah, no, I think we've done well, and I've done plenty of interrupting because I'm enjoying myself.
Excellent. That's what it's all about. That's everything we need.
Just wanted to find out what's happening.
Yeah. So, driver of the meeting. This is. I'm finding this one a tough one tonight.
Yeah, yeah. I'm interested to know. I've gone. I've absconded from reality to choose this one this week.
So, what Miguel did was very, very good in the second race. He's pulled a blinder there, and he's sneaked
pretty
that
well in the
fastest
first
lap.
race as well.
Well, yeah. He's got a second and a first. He's the most successful points wise. I like what he did.
Yeah.
Who have I selected there? Oh, I'm on Miguel at the minute, that's why. Right, so Simon also did very well in the second race, but he didn't have such a good first race. Stephen Walker won the first, third in the second, so he's close with Miguel.
Another fantastic performance.
Yeah, Spencer, nice and reliable, a fifth and a fourth. Casper has done all right.
And some lots of great overtaking under
it was
circumstances.
really good from Spencer, wasn't it? It was proper clinical overtaking. In fact, that might do it for me. And thank you for saying that, because that was nice. I saw some really, really nice overtakes. Alex Sablano-Ledo, very successful race evening. Martin Shirley kept his car at the front of the field for a very, very long time, and you called that.
Yes.
Pete Newman did
great.
well. Looking down the order, JB's recovery drive in the second
Fantastic
race was
recovery by
exceptional.
JB, yeah.
Oh dear,
Yeah.
Paul Hurley did a great job in his first race with us in the council colours there.
And Deck
Deck.
another really good week.
Yeah, up
Again.
here in 13th in the second race. What did he do in the first? It was pretty good as well, wasn't it? Can't find him in the first race at the minute.
Yeah, we can carry on. Anthony.
I know,
Absolute
Anthony.
blinding performance.
Yeah, where'd you put your vote? I do like the whole Spencer McCarthy overtakes, because two of those that I remember were absolutely clinical. Exactly the way that you should overtake people. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go Spencer McCarthy for my vote. Some of those overtakes he did tonight were so good on a track where it's so difficult to overtake that I think that needs to be recognised. So that's where my vote's going.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
What are you going to do with yours? I mean,
Oh,
it's
crikey.
not easy, this.
I know. Well, I'm gonna cop out because there's far too many good performances. So I'm gonna go and choose my friend Miguel, because I really owe him one this season. And I'm glad to see that he's getting back into his winning ways slowly but surely.
Yeah.
It's taken him a while this season to find his feet, but he's really finding his feet now. And I enjoyed his battle with Pete, and Pete did really well as well, and took that gamble with his early pit stop. So he's another really good contender. There's so many. So, but in the end, Miguel won one and came second, and I really think I want to recognise that.
Yeah, excellent.
Fantastic performance by him. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing him next week. We've got some drivers here who are really looking forward to driving at Mount Panorama, and in a long race, that's a very exciting prospect for all of us.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be great, and I'm already looking forward to it. We've had quite a few people watching tonight. The chat's been a bit more quiet than normal. We need Andy Littler to sort out the cabin, of course, because they need a vote, and we can't listen to him because we know he's completely biased. But you're right. Miguel's had such a fantastic night. It's great to see him back on winning ways. He's done it 2 times over the last 4 individual races over the last 2 race weeks, which is brilliant. Thanks to everybody that's contributed on the chat. Thanks to everybody that watched. The number that are watching at the minute is going up, which I don't understand, but brilliant.
It's probably because they know we're going.
Well, maybe that is the case. Thanks to all the races, 31 races in a race this deep into the season is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely magnificent.
Isn't it?
They were magnificent all night. What a bunch of drivers we've got here. Honestly, fit to bust with pride, all of them. They're just fantastic. And the new man came, we've had this few new people coming in and slotting into one of the most difficult leagues. It must be one of the most difficult leagues to slot into, with the pace so quick and so many intimidating drivers. And these guys come along and they just get on the grid and they drive their hearts out, and yeah, and it all works out for them, and they have a blooming great time. It just does my heart good.
Yeah, it's brilliant thing to say. Thank you for that. And the top guys in this league are the top guys in TCR. Let's just make that very, very clear right now. This is the league where the crucible of TCR racing is made. Absolutely. And thanks to you, Alan, because your contributions to our broadcasts are immense. Absolutely immense. I will say good night to everybody. Stay safe, everybody. And I will see you this time next week for Mount Panorama with Alan. Good night.
Ooh, I'm excited for next week. I hope everybody turns up and joins us for that, because Mount Panorama is such a magnificent circuit, and it's just, there isn't anything better than that beautiful mountain. And yes, it can't help but create spectacular, hairy, exciting, close racing. And yeah, bring it on. Give me that big cold, Pete. Good night.